What's up, you fellow drunk fucks? Before we get into this fabulous episode, here's a little word from our sponsors. Laughable 2.1.4 is finally out. Still only available for iOS. Sorry, Android users. That'll be coming soon. What's new on this latest Laughable is you can finally click on links that are listed in the information regarding that podcast. And as always, you can always subscribe not only to your favorite podcast, but also to your favorite artists. And the other new thing are the push notifications, where you can set that on, and any podcast that you subscribe to or artist that you subscribe to will now finally pop up on your handy-dandy phone.
This week, make sure to check the episode notes for Cruz's upcoming appearance in Las Vegas.
That's right. I'll be dancing Labor Day weekend, September 1st and 2nd in Las Vegas at Little Darlings. Asian Invasion coming at you. Make sure you come out and give me all your money.
Just most of it.
Most of it, yeah. Like 99% of it.
We want to make sure you can make it home to hear the next episode.
True. Also, yes.
And if you don't want to listen to us on Laughable, you can always listen to us on DemonSeedRadioNetwork.com at 5:15 Pacific, 8:15 Eastern. Replays on Fridays. There's also a lot of other awesome shows on Demon Seed Radio.
Yeah, like, do you like tits? I mean...
Yeah. Pwned by Girls. There's a lot of,
there's a lot
gaming
of tits
shit
on
going
there.
on.
There's the Pwned by Girls pod. There's a lot of awesome podcasts on there, so make sure you check it out. That's at DemonSeedRadioNetwork.com.
This week, our guest... I swear we're sober. I swear.
Oh, God. Why is it always easier when we're drunk?
I don't know.
Yeah, anyways.
But this week's episode is Tim Woodman, the Pro Villain.
The Pro Villain. He is a professional villain, exactly how his name sounds. And we talk a lot about metal, his villainy.
We actually didn't. We tried to get into metal, and then it just kept.
Yeah, actually, also true. Yes, I guess you just have to listen to it. We even talked about murder porn, but legitimate murder porn, not like what we talked about in Charlotte's episode. You know, that kind of murder porn. Different kind of murder porn.
Different kind of murder porn. People survive this murder porn.
People actually survive this murder porn. God, they're like, do I really want to listen to this episode? You really should, though. So
it was a ton of fun. He brought a lot of tequila.
Yeah, we did tequila this time.
So tune in. Well, just keep listening.
I swear we're sober.
Enjoy, guys. I didn't realize we were having Bobcat in the studio tonight. Shit, we get real celebrities? Woo!
Whoop, whoop.
So, make with the tequila, por favor.
Here comes the tequila.
We're going to do some tequila shots. We're back to tequila.
We are back to tequila.
I'm scared.
You were off tequila at some point?
We mostly drink whiskey, but
we always drink whiskey, but we do have a sponsor that Ghost Tequila. Shout out to Ghost Tequila.
Ghost Tequila?
Yeah, it's ghost pepper infused tequila.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that on my way here, actually. And then I went, I'm not going to take a risk on something I've not imbibed and piss off my hosts, because then you'll make farting noises during my jokes.
Oh, no, we would have actually...
You're going to do that anyway?
Oh, yeah, because spicy margaritas are the best with that shit.
Oh, yeah, but I can make that at home. I could just put the pepper in the tequila.
It's actually a really smooth tequila.
It is a smooth tequila.
I believe you. I'm not trying to make fun of your sponsor.
It's got like a little kick aftertaste, you know?
There we go.
Yeah, it's got a little bite as an aftertaste.
All right. Well, with all due... there you go.
Cruz.
All due respect to your sponsors, today's show is brought to us by Casamigos. Not that I'm a friend of George Clooney, but it's some fucking good tequila.
Is this George Clooney's tequila?
He owns part of it.
Former tequila. He sold it.
Oh, he sold it already?
For like $1 billion.
I'm so
that must suck.
Out of the fucking loop.
I'd take half of that in cash. But it's good stuff.
He pulled an entourage. He pulled the fucking turtle.
That's funny.
Okay, sure.
Well, salute. Nostrovia.
Yay for drinking.
Yay, drinking.
Cheers.
We actually did clink. I don't know if you can hear that on fucking microphone. There we go. Lean into it.
Not over the laptop.
Just like porn sex. Lean into it. Not over the laptop.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Oh, God, I'm going to hate my life after this. I have to do an audition after this, and I'm going to be like, I'm supposed to be angry.
It's tequila. You might be an angry drunk.
I have to drive home after this.
Well, the character is kind of a badass. I was like, should I take the piercings out and hide, because usually when I go to auditions, I can make myself look prim and proper. But for this role,
I want to believe you, but I've never seen.
Yeah, I know, right?
any
It's kind of
evidence of
hard.
that.
Believe it or not, I have done a couple of auditions where I had to be like, I'm the nice one, whatever. But for this role, when I read the script and the character, I was like, oh, I could totally. She's a badass, man. She's angry. Yeah, let's fucking keep the look. Anyways, cheers, guys.
Excellent. You're falling behind. There it goes.
For the folks drinking at home, that is our first shot of the evening. Not that we normally keep track for you people, but maybe we should start.
Oh, she's staying hydrated. That's like cheating and shit. I didn't know water. I didn't know
have
water was
to.
an option. I sweat all of it. I was at a shoot today. I was at a bondage shoot today, and I finished up, and the camera guy's like, "You want to go get some Chipotle?" I'm like, "Well, I've never actually done that, but if you're buying, I'll eat whatever the fuck they have there." He's like, "Let's just walk. It's just down the street." 15 minutes later, in blistering sunlight, striding down, and I don't know if you could tell looking at me, I'm not like a sun worshipping type dude. I'm like dripping sweat, and then we get there, and Chipotle's actually pretty good. I know it's like healthy and shit.
You've never had Chipotle before?
No, I figured it was Taco Bell in disguise, and I'm trying
God.
to eat healthy.
We live in Los Angeles. You can get real Mexican food here. Why would you
Well,
ever
no,
eat Chipotle?
that's
I
true.
just- I'm
no,
cooked
that's very,
mostly.
very true. I agree, but like a lot. Well, I mean, I guess some people have at least tried it once, but you've never had it before.
I'd never had Chipotle. I don't know. I stopped eating out for the most part. I cook.
That's good. Yeah, no, I did some
badass
meal
cook.
grocery shopping the other day finally, and I have a new roommate.
Is this our
and-
normal level of sexiness right here?
and he,
Cooking and sweating on the way to
Yeah,
Chipotle?
he like never cooks, so I was like, I'm gonna fucking cook. So now I'm like back to eating healthy because I've been eating like shit for like the past month. So
If I show you the fresh test that I had yesterday, can I share your water?
you're funny. Here, have some. That's
Kill
hilarious.
it? Oh, there's some in there. Like, fuck.
I'm
She
gonna
doesn't have a current test. She's retired.
Yeah, I trust your cooties.
I don't know. I know where she's been.
What's a couple cold
let's
sores
not
between
talk
friends?
about that. What?
What's a couple cold sores between friends, right?
Isn't that really funny though? Like being in the business, like you now when like when you're with other people in the industry and you're like, hey, can I have a swig of that soda? I'll show you my
You're
test.
like, I'll show you my test. Yeah,
show you my
'cause
test. It's clean.
You can't unlearn what we've learned, and civilians are dirty.
Yes, they are.
That's true.
Civilians are dirty. Get tested or keep it in your fucking pants.
It's true. It's very true. Even when I stopped performing for a hot minute, I mean, okay, I don't perform now, but
I was gonna say, when did you
but
not? What?
But there was a period. There was a period like 4 years ago where I
This
stopped.
interview's gonna
performing.
change.
And actually, wait, good example. Wait, no, that's not a good example. A different trampage happened. Anyways, I always continue because of how often I was having sex. I constantly got tested just so I could
Yeah.
make sure everything's on point.
You
Not that
can't
I'm
unlearn what we learned.
unsafe, because I am, but still, you
guilt your partners
shit
into it.
happens, and blah.
Testing is guilting your partners into doing the same. We don't need a cure for any STI. We just need 12 billion tests.
Yeah. I hate the people that have the mindset of like, oh, it's fine. Because I've met people in the industry, years ago. It's been like, I don't know, a decade since this incident happened. I remember meeting a couple and they were like, oh, yeah, I got this thing, so he probably has it, so we're just going to take pills for it. And I'm like, yeah, but
Yeah.
you guys should, because the one partner was not in the business.
Right.
And she was, so I was like, you should have your partner get tested anyways, that way, But anyways, okay, we don't want to go down this path.
No,
Okay.
No, it's
This
like
ain't
dark
sexy
road.
either.
We keep
This
going
is
down
the
dark paths and whatnot.
Nitty-gritty underside. Nobody wants to know this about our lives.
Let's talk about how we met though, because we were just talking about this off mic.
I cyberstalked you for a while. Back when Twitter was a new thing, I was like, who is this chick? And I don't remember how you came into my timeline, but I'm like, she seems like a badass. Annie fucking Cruz. That's cool. I like that. And then this dude, Ed, hired me to be your red shirt, basically. I was your villain thug, and I
So,
lost a fight to some
I have
Nicole
to-
Oring or somebody.
I'm actually glad we're going to talk about this for a minute because we haven't really talked about this. We've talked about so many different things, porn related, whatever. But like, as far as fetish goes, there is a fetish for like, and Matt, you could probably appreciate this for like superheroine, supervillain type
Oh, yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
So like,
Huge.
and the whole purpose for it, like it's not necessarily porn, right? Because it's like a lot of it. Well, let me rephrase.
It's porn in that people jack off
It's
to it.
porn in that people jack off to,
It's
but there's
not
no
hardcore.
But there's no hardcore.
Not necessarily. I've done a lot of superhero.
And I did a lot of
sex
superhero and
videos.
stuff where there was no actual like, even if it was girl, there was no
Yeah,
any
it's software.
form of like swapping of any kind of fluids. It was just straight like the most that would happen, tits come out, and
Yeah.
that's about it.
Tits are almost always a given,
Oh yeah, for sure.
but
even
even touching them is not a guarantee.
yeah, exactly.
Not
It's
in
like
fetish.
it's almost like a humiliation thing. Really, a lot of the superheroine stuff I did because I always play the bad guy. We were just
Yeah.
talking
You
about,
the villain?
Yeah,
Never.
I always play the bad guy.
Never.
And it's always like I always remain clothed, and then the girl that's like the heroine that I have in my evil clutches, I rip her top off, and then it's like, oh look, Batgirl has her titties fucking hanging out now, haha, and it's like
Neener.
It's like I don't do anything to it, but it's like a form of humiliation. But anyways,
We're on the same. We've always been on the same team. That's why we never
oh
worked
yeah,
together.
and that's
'cause
and that's
we're both
exactly
villains.
and that's exactly how we met. I was playing this character called the Scorpion.
Right.
Where I have this like magical ring that gives me my superpowers and stuff, and
I think I was thug number one.
and
in
you
the
were
credits,
thug
probably.
number one. You were like my number two. You were like my henchman. You're my henchman.
I
my
created
one
a whole
henchman.
villain hierarchy one time that goes from like thug to henchman to villain to criminal mastermind to evil genius. I had like a spreadsheet of all the ranks of villain.
There is a rank.
I made it all up.
I mean,
but
you
it was
are
cool.
a pro villain, so you know
Yeah.
what you're talking about when it comes to that kind of
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Which doesn't mean I have a budget. It just means I take myself seriously.
I don't think
Professional mindset, no budget.
I honestly don't think I've ever played the good guy ever.
I've never played a good guy.
I've
Would
never
you know
played.
how to if you were offered the role?
No,
Nah, it's
No.
not who I am.
no. I had to think about it for a minute. I was like, have I ever been on the other side before? No, I haven't. I've always played the bad guy. Even with wrestling, like the pro
Yeah.
style wrestling stuff, I've only ever played like the heel.
But that's the most fun.
It is the most
It's
fun.
the good job. You
It is
die at
mo-
the end, but
because
you
here's
get the girl first.
Like with the pro style wrestling stuff, like I grew a fan base from it because they loved hating me. They're
Yeah,
like I was like the one
exactly.
person they just loved to hate.
Star Wars without Darth Vader is just an incestuous
Exactly,
love story,
and I'm
it would
Team
suck.
Darkseid, FYI. I don't know if I've
yeah.
ever mentioned that on this podcast before, but I am. So
I'm betting you have.
Obviously,
yeah,
Jedis don't fuck.
that's true. Wait, we had this conversation, didn't we? About the whole thing behind like
The good guys
the
live
rebellion and
happily ever after, but they don't actually get the sex.
No,
we
we
get the
don't.
sex. We sometimes die at the end of the movie, but we get the sex. I did die at the end of it. Aiden Starr kissed me to death.
Really.
That's
Wait,
the way
who
to
was-
go.
She put on poison lipstick and kissed me, and I died at the end of the movie with Aiden Starr. Was that fucking
What movie was
brilliant?
that?
It was called Treacherous. She produced it. It was a couple
Oh,
of years
shit.
ago, 5-6
Okay.
years ago. Yeah,
I love
it was
Aiden
awesome.
Starr.
But I
should
got to
have-
grab her by the throat and stick my tongue down her throat first, which I don't think a lot of people can say that.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
got to
Especially
grab
because
Aiden
Aiden
Starr
Starr,
and, like, maul
because
her.
Aiden Starr is like that's
She's top dog.
she's a force to be reckoned with.
She is a force of nature for sure.
Yeah, like so
Aiden
do you-
Starr. Aiden Starr's amazing tits.
Oh God, her amazing natural
Oh my
tits.
fucking God,
Her
they are a work of
amazing
art.
Amazing natural tits.
They truly are. Aiden Starr's tits.
Shot number 2 for those keeping track at home.
Lord have mercy.
Hmm.
How am I gonna do this fucking audition?
This is
Anyways,
smooth shit. I like Don Julio better, but it's spicier. This is very smooth.
No, it's good. It's
oh
very
yeah,
good.
Casamigos. I've had this stuff.
It's good
before.
stuff. We were saying
I've
before that
had
we rolled
this
mics that
stuff
Casamigos
before.
is one of the few that I like all three generations of. Usually you either like the Blanco but hate the Añejo, or the Reposado is okay but the other two are terrible. This, any one of them is fine. They're all
Are you
good.
more of a Blanco tequila kind of guy? Tequila.
No, it's brand by brand. I like Don Julio Blanco. I like Coralejo Añejo.
Okay.
Corzo is good, all three. In that fucking square bottle. Corzo is fucking evil tequila. That's good. But usually I only like one version of each one.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Are you a fan of mezcal at all?
Not really. I've had two. They both
too
tasted
smoky?
like I had licked a tire that had driven across
Yeah,
the
it's
desert
very
for a
smoky.
week.
It's definitely a an acquired taste.
It
It's
must
like
be.
scotch. Ugh.
Oh yeah, Scott.
I'm fairly new to the whiskey world in general. I've found a couple that I like, but I'm not a connoisseur. I'm like trusting my friend's judgment.
What have you found that you like so far?
There is a Japanese whiskey called Nika. It's made out of the Scotch coffee still, not coffee
had
the
really
beverage.
good
the last name COFFEY.
Japanese
It's like $60
whiskey
at Trader
before.
Joe's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all the Japanese whiskeys are really good, but they're all scotches, so I don't like them.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
when I taste something, like, I understand this is a quality whiskey,
But it's not to your taste.
but it is not to my palate.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I figured out that bourbon and I are bitter enemies. Apparently, bourbon is a good guy drink because villains can't drink it.
No.
It's
no,
not
no,
the-
no.
it's not
No,
the
because
proof.
I like bourbon.
It's not the proof. It's something about the sweet. I've never had a hangover in my life, and the 2 times I drunk bourbon, I got fucking sick. I'm like, all right,
Really?
stop that.
Really?
Stop that. It doesn't agree with my blood.
See,
I'm
I
a
feel like
tequila
we should
fan.
have broke out the bourbon tonight.
And I'm really glad you didn't. I
Nah.
do have to drive home. I'm like,
That's
how
also
did
a
my car
future
get in this
problem.
tree? I didn't know it could fly.
Future problems.
Yeah, that's for later dealing with.
Exactly.
No, I had Bulit. It's a really good bourbon. And I had something else. Or it might have been more Bulit. My memory is kind of unclear of that time period. And I just horked all over the place. I don't get sick. Villains, it's part of our deal with the devil. We don't get hangovers and we don't get sick. At least I
True.
don't. Part of my deal anyway.
Actually, that explains why I rarely ever get hangovers.
But he was like, bourbon, that's not part of the deal. I was like, blah! And it just killed me.
You need to renegotiate your deal.
I think that, yeah, because like, okay, like I almost never get hungover, and then like I went to Comic-Con, 2 weekends ago now or something?
Jesus, was it?
Yeah, 2 weekends ago. And fucking what's it called? I was mixing my liquor because they were like, oh, we have this, we have that, we have
should
vodka, and I
put that
don't
aside.
like vodka, but then I was like, fine, I'll drink vodka.
Hey,
and then
free is
Free is good. That's just, yeah. I don't get a lot of free booze.
tits,
Honestly.
no tits.
Yeah,
Tits,
that's
no
the big
tits.
difference. I'm a villain,
I was
but I got
double
no tits of
fisting
my own.
too. They were like, we have a whole plethora of alcohol here. I was like, I'll take 2, please. Thanks. Thanks.
See, what you have to do is recruit tits that will grab the alcohol for you.
Exactly.
I need minions.
You gotta
I need
have
titty
a
minions.
bitch that's like, okay, you're gonna come with me, and you're gonna fuck. It's like an operation.
Well,
you know
my
what I'm saying?
sweetie, 1, doesn't drink, and 2, retired from porn a decade ago.
Oh wow.
So that doesn't help me any.
Well, she can order the drinks for you.
She won't.
oh really?
She won't. She's
That's a
not my.
shame.
She's not my damsel. She's kind of, at best we're equals, and she's like doesn't take shit from me. So
Ah. She's like, I'm not fucking getting that drink for you. Get it yourself.
she indulges me, but not in that way. She's my damsel. Like when we're in the bedroom, I'll tie her up and rape her at knife point and all that fun stuff. But
Ooh, I
she
just did
likes
that recently. In the bathtub.
Yoo-hoo.
You tied somebody up and raped them with a knife?
No, I was in the bathtub. Lawrence asked me if I trusted him, and then he took a blade. He made me close my eyes, and he took a
Nice.
blade to, and it takes for me to be like, okay, yeah, sure. He's the only person, for the record, that I've been able to like submit to like that, like the first and only. And he like started running it on my throat and then all the way all over my body, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Good thing you were in a tub. You got kind of wet.
Yeah. I was like, are you going to drown me in this
This is
tub?
my-
This
this
is
is
how
my
Cruz
world.
dies. Holy shit. Not going to lie. That kind of crossed my mind for like a split second. I was like, what? He's like, do you trust me? And I'm like, I guess so. And then I didn't drown and I didn't die. So
If you had, that would have been a better story of how I got my third co-host than you getting hit by a train while talking on the tracks in San Diego.
true. Oh my God.
Sure.
I did do that, didn't I?
Yeah. We're leaving Comic-Con, and she runs into someone she knows and literally is standing on the train tracks talking to the person
And-
as the train is coming.
And then everybody, and then the
It'll
road
stop.
people,
It'll
whatever the
stop.
fuck you want to call them, they're like, you need to move, and we're like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, huh? This train. They don't stop.
The worst part about it is me and Vance have crossed the tracks, are turning around like, yeah, this is how Cruz dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many of those moments though, and that's how Cruz died.
Do we help
or
her, or
that's
do
how
we flip
Cruz
out the cell phones and tape it? 'Cause-
almost died.
The cell phones came out.
Oh yeah. We need footage of this shit for sure.
No one will believe this shit.
no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
I should go to Comic-Con, but I just don't like people very much.
Well, it's interesting. I actually just posted something about this on Facebook. I found a really good article because I've been going to Comic-Con for years and years and years before it was like became so mainstream
Yeah.
and like the studios took over. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if it was you, Matt, that I was telling this to, but because it was your first Comic-Con, right?
Yep.
This is his first Comic-Con. Now you know how the badges you have to scan yourself in. They only just started doing that like 2-3 years ago, if that.
I feel like it blew up about 3 years
Because
ago.
when I went I remember 3 years ago when I went, there was none of this fucking scan your thing in and out. Because the reason why is because, I mean, I always had a legitimate badge, but I had friends that would sneak in. They would have a friend go in and grab somebody else's badge that was like working a booth that's already going to be in there, come back out with their badge, and they would just put it on because they don't check. But they color code it. Like if it's a 4-day pass, okay, it's a 4-day pass. And if it's like a Saturday, then they know to look for yellow or whatever. If it's Sunday, they look, So they don't have time. There's so many fucking people that go to this goddamn thing that they don't have time to check IDs and whatever. They're looking for color codes on the badges and stuff. So a lot of times my friends would just sneak in and out with like somebody else's badge. So just recently, 2-3 years ago, they started doing the whole, you're gonna have to scan your thing in and scan your thing out. And I'm like, what? This is new. Not that I care because I always have a legitimate badge, but I'm like, damn, it's keeping all the people from sneaking in.
Technology.
Well, yeah, because everyone does that at AVN.
Oh yeah, exactly. So, but
so
the whole
many friends
point,
saying, "Can I borrow your badge?"
The whole
Fuck no,
point
get away from
is
me.
that like Comic-Con has just gotten way too overcrowded, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, even on Sunday, it was hard getting around.
Yeah, and Sundays like the slower days. I was like, oh, Sundays, like I go every year, and I'm like, oh, Sunday's always a slow day. I don't like dressing up on Sundays because I want to like utilize the time to shop because Sundays at Comic-Con is when people start putting their shit at the booth for like discounted price because they're like,
I don't want to carry it home prices.
exactly.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna dress up. I mean, whatever. But then I had a photographer friend that was like, hey, I'm shooting pictures for this fucking site. It's huge. You might want to fucking show up. And I was like, fuck. So I threw my costume on, and then I was like, what the fuck? It's crowded today. Like, what the shit, man?
No, I feel like if I wanted to be in public and not recognized and feel bad about it, that's what AVN is for. I don't need to go to Comic-Con.
Yeah, Comic-Con, I can't. Well, it sucks for me because Comic-Con, my fan base, a lot of them go to Comic-Con, and I can't walk 5 feet without someone fucking being like, Andy Cruz, even when I'm not in costume. Andy Cruz.
Again, tits, no tits.
got
My fan
recognized
base
today.
is like 6 guys in like Minnesota and Nebraska. That's my whole fan base.
Lawrence and I, we were in downtown LA today, and we're walking to this coffee shop that I used to go to when because I used to live in downtown Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. And as we're walking, this dude looks at him because I was totally oblivious. We walk past him, and he looks at Lawrence, looks at me, and he goes with this face like, "Is that who I?" And then Lawrence kind of gives him this nod, and then I turn around like, "What the fuck's going on?" And he's like, "Oh my god, I just came here to wherever the fuck it was that he was going because he was going next door," and he was just like, I didn't think that I was gonna like run into somebody that I'm a fan of. Holy shit! He's like, hi, and I just shook his hand. I'm like,
That's
okay.
adorable.
It was actually very adorable. And then
I
his girlfriend was kind of like sticking her head out the door, like, what the fuck is going on out here? I was like, hi.
I think I got recognized at Chipotle today, though. This
Really?
fucking fine chick. I'm like, I might have. This is Hollywood, so I don't know. I might have had sex with her. I might have not. Because you can't tell. It was the middle of the day. She's in full makeup and like a loose shirt on. Like, I don't want to get lines on me for my scene. So I'm like, you might be Talon and you look kind of familiar. And she gave me this flirty smile, which doesn't happen to me because I'm like a long-haired metalhead that hasn't been popular in 30 years to look like this. And
Hey, man.
I don't know. Go to the Rainbow. I'll disagree.
There's a lot of
the
girls,
Rainbow's a last haven,
especially Hollywood. A lot of
I
chicks
forgot. I
like
was
a
in
lot of
Hollywood, so
fucking
maybe she
metalheads.
just thought I
Okay.
was in Megadeth or something.
Is that Dave Elstead?
Is that him? Is that Dave Mustaine? No.
But
I can actually unclench my jaw when I talk. So I'm clearly on Dave Mustaine.
And you're not being a born-again Christian or talking about politics. So
oh god,
last couple times I've seen Megadeth preaching from the goddamn stage.
Holy shit.
really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
It's
glad I
bad.
missed that. I'm glad I missed that.
That's
I don't even want to go to see bands that I still like because I'm old now and my ears hurt. I blew all that shit out in the late 80s. I can't.
Yeah, I'm deaf as fuck from going to so many shows over the
My
years.
friends like, you want to see Iron Maiden? My favorite band ever. I'm sporting my Iron Maiden t-shirt today. Favorite band ever. I actually haven't listened to their music in 20 years. They were my favorite band, the first show I ever saw, and my ears are still ringing from 1987.
Wow.
I don't really need to see them now. So you guys go ahead. It's fine. I'm gonna stay home.
What was
and
the last
drink.
show? What was the last show you went to?
Jesus. Probably Sammy Hagar. Who's
When?
not my, shit, 10 years ago probably.
Oh shit! When was
He's
the
not
what was
my
the last show
favorite
you went
band,
to?
Rob Flynn's birthday bash right
Oh,
before
that's
Comic-Con.
right.
I flew up to Oakland just for the birthday bash.
I'm trying to remember the last show I went to.
I
I
feel
think it was
Sammy Hagar.
Orgy at the Whiskey.
I played the whiskey back when
I
was a
danced at the
musician.
Whiskey. I go danced for a band at the
Nice,
Whiskey. Yeah,
nice.
that was pretty fun.
Yeah, I was in a dozen metal bands in the late 90s when that was not a good time to try and be in a metal band. But, you know, on a Thursday, you could play the whiskey because nobody else was playing the whiskey on a Thursday. So I played the Roxy. I played all of those, but like
Nice.
only to the waitresses and the girlfriends of the other singers of the other bands. Those were the only people there.
I got drunk at the whiskey a couple times. That's all I've
I've gone
done
to many
there.
shows. My ex was a fucking long-haired metalhead who's in a metal band. And like I spent a lot of 2012, 2013, 2011 to 2013 fucking going to shows all on the Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
Even before they got rid of what was that venue that they got rid of? They got rid of
House of Blues?
No. It was before House of Blues. It's now One Oak. It used to be One Oak used to be a venue.
Oh, right by Crescent Heights, the Coconut Teaser.
No, it's on the Sunset Strip. It's
We could
like,
label clubs that
it
have
starts
died
with an
in
L, I
Hollywood
think.
for
What was the fucking
dozens
venue
of
that starts with
weeks.
an L or whatever?
So many clubs have died in
Type in
Hollywood.
what One Oak used to be. I can't remember what the fuck that venue
One
used to be,
Oak.
but we used to go there a lot too. But yeah, the Roxy, and then we would
Troubadour.
all reconvene at the Rainbow Room.
And eat the world's worst pizza, but you were so out of your head you didn't
But everybody
notice.
would be like, you'd be so fucked up
You wouldn't notice. But
that
it's
you're like,
fucking
this
terrible
pizza's so good. But then when you're sober, you're like,
this is,
ew, this is horrible.
You could get better at like the frozen
And then Ron
section at
Jeremy's
Ralph's.
there like every night with his bottle of rum. Ron Jeremy has a bottle of rum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Ron Jeremy's his own rum now. That's adorable. Go Ron.
He's had that for a while too. But
The Commodore?
no, not the Commodore. It starts with an L. Pretty sure it started with an L.
Well, I'm
The-
just pulling it up by the address.
Did you put One Oak?
Yeah, and I get One Oak shit.
No, damn.
Somebody's looking this up feverishly right now.
I could have sworn.
It's my job.
I don't
I could have
care.
sworn it started
Oh, the Key Club.
the Key Club. Why did I think it was
I
the
played
L?
the Key Club. I played the Key Club one time.
Yeah, Key Club. They got rid of the Key
we
Club.
opened for the Bullet Boys.
Now
though.
they got rid of fucking House of Blues. I remember I ran into Lemmy at House. I mean, Lemmy was always at the Rainbow Room, but I remember standing next to him at the fucking House of Blues one night.
Nice.
May he rest in peace. But
Indeed.
shit.
Let's do a shot to Lemmy.
Yeah, let's do a shot for Lemmy.
Well, I'm going to make it an additional shot to Amber Rain because I can't think Rainbow or Lemmy
Oh
without
my
thinking about
god,
Amber.
dude! She.
I worked with her like 2 months before that very sudden departure.
She was one of my fucking peeps, man. When I
Best
heard that,
friends.
it was so sad.
It killed me.
Were
I
you?
still, like, every day something reminds me of her, and I'm like, fuck!
Yeah,
Not
she
Amber.
was such an amazing. Did you know Amber Rain?
I
at all?
did not,
But
unfortunately.
you know
Force
who
of
that
nature.
is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
One of the best
I
there's
was-
ever been.
She was from my era in the business, man, and like always doing crazy shit. We would always do crazy shit together, and
She could take more than I could dish out, which there's only a couple of people that
oh yeah.
I can't get.
I
them
think
to
one of
say
the last
things.
things I shot with her was for Ed, actually, the person that shot you and me
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
What about talking about fetish scene? Did you
All right.
were you close to January Seraph at all?
No, I never met her.
you never met
I heard
her?
the news, of course,
Okay.
but I'd never met her. Again, when's a villain going to run into a femdom? It doesn't happen all that much.
Actually, that's true. You're right. Good
Right.
point. Cheers, guys.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers to all of that we just said.
We were on good pace. We were 24 minutes into the show. The bottle's half gone.
It's good tequila.
I dig it. I dig it.
It's smooth.
Cruz is out of water. She's in trouble.
I'm gonna refill in a minute, but anywho, fuck. How am I supposed to get this shit done when I'm done? I am. I'm. You know why? Because I am a cyborg.
I heard that about you.
I will knock this shit out. I'm gonna finish my voiceover reel. I'm going to knock out this audition, even though I'm kind of tipsy. It'd be great if the script said she's drunk, because then they'll be like, "Damn, this girl's a really good actress. She's
the
playing
best
this
drunk I've ever
character
seen."
like really good."
wow, she even threw up and everything. That's commitment.
Could you imagine? Oh my God, if I actually went to a physical audition like that,
Just
like,
threw up. Just like
like, oh wait, hold on.
in the middle of your line.
That would be
I
horrible.
thought that's supposed to be.
That'd be really fucking horrible.
This is the sexiest podcast I've ever been on. Talking about barf and dead people and Lemmy.
You think that's bad? We've talked about
fuck.
a lot of fucked up shit on
Yeah,
this podcast.
there's been much darker shit.
much darker shit. Like
hilarious.
literally,
This is what it's like to drink with us in real life.
exactly.
I don't doubt that. I'm kind of ignoring the microphones, and we're just bonding over this bottle.
That is the goal. That is what we try to do here.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. But yeah. So rest in peace, Amber Rain. Rest in peace, fucking
her to pieces.
January Seraph.
We got anybody else?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Not that I want to
honestly.
think of.
Yeah.
Amber destroyed me. I was not ready for that.
Yeah, because see, like January, I knew January, but I was never close to her like
Yeah.
everybody else is. But when I found out the news about Amber, I was like, holy
Nobody didn't love her. We were all in shock, right?
It was very, yeah.
Wow.
But she was sick, wasn't she?
She fought throat cancer twice.
That's right,
and
that's right.
defeated it, but it left a scar.
Do you remember Holly Stevens?
Only by reputation. I never knew her.
Yeah, she was another fetish girl, and she died from cancer.
Yeah.
It's fucking depressing.
Fuck cancer.
Fuck cancer. Okay,
Shot
anyways,
glass
let's
is
talk about
empty,
something
but all the
happy,
same.
shall
Fuck
we?
cancer.
Fuck cancer.
Well, let's get back to fetish stuff. Let's talk about fun people we've tied up and
Yeah. Okay,
beaten on.
so what did you shoot recently? You were talking about you shot something recently. So
I
what did
did
you shoot?
a really goofy, easy, just damsel in distress bondage thing today. Tomorrow, I get to work with real life sisters.
Wait, twin sisters?
I don't think they're twins, but they are sisters, and they're both very famous porn stars. And this is the third time I'm going to shoot. First time we shot together, I made them strap on fuck each other on camera.
Oh my.
This the Star Sisters?
No.
Not, okay. Sisters.
Can you guess?
They're not twins.
No, they're not twins. They don't look at all alike.
They don't look alike at all.
If you hear them, you're like, yep, they're sisters because they grew up, they talk the same.
Fuck,
Same
I have no
cadence
idea.
and all that shit.
I have no
Nikki
idea.
Delano and Tia Cyrus.
Wait, are they actually sisters?
They are actually sisters.
No, like blood
I've seen
sisters?
their driver's licenses. Yes, they're sisters. And they
That's why they're so close. I just thought they were best friends.
and they played sisters in my movie. And
Wait a minute. Okay.
Is that fucking
They're
crazy?
legit blood sisters.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? Because, okay, this whole time, like, Nikki Delano has a radio show with me on Vivid Radio, right?
oh, that's with you? I knew she had a show. I didn't know.
Well,
you were-
not with me.
Right.
She is
They're
on the
part of
same.
the network.
She's part of the network,
Yeah.
but she's had Tia Cyrus on all the time, and I would see her post all this shit, like, oh yeah, my sister, da, da, da. But
It's her
I
sister.
thought
No,
she
she's-
meant like
she's not kidding.
sister, like, oh, we're best friends kind of sister. Holy shit, I learn something new every day. I did not know. Why
And-
don't they have the same name?
They're porn names. What do you mean why don't they have the same name?
But you know how like because there was two sisters that were not twins that were in the business and they had the same name, and I can't think for the life of me.
Well, they don't much make a big
Okie dokie. I'll be
deal out
right
of it.
back.
Let's pause that for a minute. I'm gonna get more water while you get that.
Sure.
Now that the unexpected package.
One delivery break later.
What's in the box? That's
it
a head.
ticking? Is it ticking?
I'm
That is
scared.
definitely a head-sized box.
I'm scared.
You never know.
I'm frightened.
Brooke Leawood may have gotten a severed head delivered to him.
I've delivered a lot of
Creepy.
like modeling clay that looks like C4 and kitchen timers to various things.
Oh my
during career.
god.
Yeah, right. I've got like fake TNT and fake C4 that I strap to models' tits and then set the timer. And some of my shit is really tame. It's just damsel in distress, like from a '60s spy movie with the girl tied to the rocket that's going to go off or whatever the fuck. Right.
Ah.
Except her tits are out because, like we said, the tits are always out.
Of course.
Some of it's really dark and creepy. I shoot rape and murder videos, but everything in between. Like some of it's just goofy as all fuck.
Do you
And
have
then sometimes you fuck sisters on camera.
That's funny.
that's awesome.
And they were adorable because they would like egg each other on. They're like, bitch, is that all you got? They would like every take they would make
You know
each
what's
other
funny?
go crazier.
I type in Nikki Delano and Tia Cyrus sister, and your fucking thing, your
Oh, shit.
website is the first thing to pop up.
Oh shit.
It says Nikki Delano and Tia Cyrus, sister slaves, pro villain.
Yeah, and we're shooting Sister Slaves 3 tomorrow.
Wow.
Fucking crazy. It's a custom thing. Some guy hired me. 9/10 of my work is a custom video from somebody.
That's awesome.
I still can't get over the fact that they're sisters. I had no idea that they were sisters.
You
They
can't
do look
really tell
nothing
looking at
alike.
'em. No.
They do look nothing alike. I
But
mean,
if you hear
aside
'em-
from the fact that Nikki is blonde,
Yeah.
Like,
But
I
if
still
you
can't
listen
see
to
it.
'em, yeah.
I still
You
can't
can
see
hear
it. But that's funny because I saw them at Exotica in Chicago. I was at Exotica Chicago, and wow.
I love them both. They're great girls. I've known Tia longer. We've shot together a handful of times, and then
Well, I remember meeting Tia. I worked with her a long, long, long time ago before she got her tits. And
I was the first one to get to fondle her new tits when they came out.
oh, okay.
I was gentle. They didn't look gentle, but I'm really good at whipping loud but not hard. Because I work with a lot of mainstream girls. You can't hit them like you could hit Amber Rain. You got to hit them loud but not hard.
Well,
so-
here's a picture of them before she got her tits.
Yeah, there you go. See, they knew each other that long.
Well, I'd hope so.
Cute little. Yeah, probably their whole lives. You'd think. Yeah. I know my sister. Her
Wait,
was.
is this just a ruse? No, I'm just kidding.
Who photoshopped that in?
That is funny, though. Holy crap. I had no idea they were...
I asked them, I'm like, can I publicize this? They're like, yeah, we don't keep it a secret. And you're right. They call each other sister all the time.
So it really isn't a secret then. When I guess when I saw Nikki posting sister something or the other, I guess in my head I didn't translate it as like they're biological sisters. Because, you know, some people are like, oh, yeah,
like
it's
my brother.
sister, my bro. You know? So I kind of just, the way she had written it when I had seen it, I kind of interpreted it as like, oh, they're like best friends or some shit, you know?
Well, in over 21 years of working in this business, that was a first for me. A little over a year ago, having sisters in the same video together.
I'm actually I'm clicking on the site of which you have them. Oh, shit.
I think I just took off. I had free trailers on the site. I think I just took them off, so they're just photos now.
Oh, yeah, her tits. She has her new tits here.
Yeah?
I'm gonna show Matt here so he can see.
They're nice tits.
New tits.
They're nice tits.
I got to touch them when I was in
She had
Chicago.
good work done, yeah.
I was like, I have not seen your titties since you had them done, or haven't touched them rather. And goddamn
Are
it.
you having problems there?
Yeah, there you go. And she strap-on fucks her sister.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yep. While her sister blows a dude.
Yeah. And it's funny because the custom I got to play, it was just a lot of fun for me. I got to play multiple personalities. That movie Split had just come out.
Oh, so you did this when Split came out.
And the customer, I didn't know this, I hadn't seen the movie, but the customer sent me this script where I play 4 very different personalities that are all in the same guy. And then the girls show up, they're reading the script, and they're like, this is Split. I'm like, what? The movie just came out, Split? I'm like, yeah, that's this. I'm like, oh, I had no idea. So if you want to see Triple X version
parody?
of Split abducting 2 sister webcam girls and turning them into sex slaves, now you know where to go.
Interesting.
This is my life. Hashtag villain's life. That's never caught on. I've been using it for years and nobody... You think that there'd be an obvious hashtag, villain's life, what the bad guys do.
You just gotta step up the villainy.
Yeah.
But then it's also kind of cool if it is your own hashtag.
Yeah, nobody else uses it,
Because
so
then
that's
that
fine.
means
I'll
that
keep
anything
using
that
it.
pops up with that hashtag, it's all you.
Villain's life and villain candy are my 2. Every time I see a girl I want to work with, I hashtag villain candy. I want to eat that.
That's funny.
And for a little while, I was spoofing the tequila, or not, the Dos Equis commercials, The Most Interesting Man. I came up with a whole line of the most interesting villain. I would come up with things that it has been said that he can reuse duct tape.
Okay, see, that's funny because I was working on my voiceover reel the other night, and that was one of the commercials that I was doing. Was Dos Equis.
Okay,
like
can you get on the FetLife, find my profile, and have her read them like The Most Interesting Man?
He once won the Tour de France, but he got disqualified because he was riding a unicycle. And then I can't remember what the other stuff was, but it was really funny.
I don't have a FetLife login.
All right, I'm going to log into your computer. I'm trusting you here.
Cool.
If I remember my fucking password. All right, then scroll down there. See where it says "It has been said." Annie, will you read some of these for me?
Okay, let me
in
do
your
it.
best,
Let me do
most
it.
interesting man voice.
Here we go, everyone.
Wait, okay.
It has been
Where
said.
is
We
it?
got to do the violins and.
Wait, hold on. Where is it? Is it right here?
Right there.
See where it says "It has been said." Just read like the 4 funniest ones.
It has been said, he has the power to fly and to turn invisible, but has never needed to use them. He bleeds pure tequila, but nobody knows for sure because he has never bled.
Pause real quick. If this bottle goes, we may have to find out the hard way.
Yeah, no kidding. Cut him open. We need to drink it again.
His ropes really coil themselves and never tangle. That's totally not true. Rich debutantes offer him ransoms to kidnap them. If he had a nickel for every damsel he'd ever abducted but left unsatisfied, he wouldn't even have 1 nickel. He once whipped a girl so hard her twin sister had an orgasm. But in fairness, they were tied together at the time.
I forgot that one, and that's before I shot the sisters thing.
No law enforcement agency has a file on him because nobody has that much storage space. His, quote, getaway plan consists of strolling calmly down the street, whistling a carefree tune.
So the Kaiser Soze plan.
Yes, exactly.
He can strip a fetish model just by raising his eyebrow. The surface of the Hitachi was patterned after his tongue. He
This
doesn't
is so much better with you reading them.
He doesn't slap women. Their faces are just naturally drawn to his open hand. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. His ransom notes have won Nobel Prizes.
Shouldn't be a Pulitzer.
I think I wrote it wrong. It should be Pulitzer Prize, yeah.
He once tied up 3 different damsels in 2 different rooms at the same time with only one piece of rope.
That was one long piece of rope. Shit.
Then we don't mention that it's 500 feet long.
He doesn't use hemp. His rope is braided hairs from 1,000 damsels. He can reuse duct tape.
I think that's my single favorite one.
His dragon tongue whip is made from an actual dragon's tongue. She gave it to him voluntarily. Oh, wait, I like this one. He can rape the willing.
Yeah. Everybody always says you can't rape the willing. He can rape the willing.
He speaks fluent ball gag. He built a better mousetrap. It catches porn stars.
Okay.
Speaking of which, what is your favorite ball gag safe word?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Fuck's sake.
If they don't say that, I'm not letting them out.
I'm so used to the but that, yeah, okay.
That's way
next
better,
time, I'm
right?
going to have to use that next time if I ever fucking tie a bitch up and put something in her mouth. Okay, so your safe word's going to be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
But you have to say it right, or
But you have to say it right, or I'm just going to think that you're mumbling.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't like ball gags because I'm really into bondage and blowjobs.
I don't understand what you're saying.
For a while, I actually still have the domain bondageblowjobs.com. That was my first, my second website ever. Now it just redirects.
I think I remember that, actually.
Yeah, it just goes to Pro Villainy now. But I'm like, dude, bondage blowjobs, you can't have a ball gag. It's in the way. Fuck the ball gag. It's just.
Yeah, because how else are you supposed to shove your
I
dick
want the
down a bitch's
blowjob.
throat?
Yeah. That's functional.
It is.
Logistics.
It's counterproductive to get in the BJ.
And then there's a pause. You know why there's a pause? Because we stopped pouring.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
I told you the bottle's not surviving
Hold
the
on,
show.
There. That's a good noise.
I like that noise.
It's a good
The
noise, too.
Bloop, bloop,
Can you hear
bloop,
that?
bloop, 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 bloop. As we're pouring
There's
the
one.
Casamigo tequila into the shot glasses, what round is this,
Skull-shaped shot
Slayer?
glasses. This would be 4.
You know, I have skull-shaped shot glasses at home.
Well, Matt gets to keep these.
Yay!
These are a gift.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
They are now property of the show.
Hey!
Remember Pro Villain fondly when you drink from them.
Oh, for sure. We'll be like, to Pro Villain.
I feel like
he
the-
bled these into a bottle for me.
I feel like the next guest that drinks from these, we have to whip them as they take their shots.
Oh my God. That's the only way it could be done. You know what I'm saying?
It's how it might be the tequila talking.
It might be.
I
Tequila
might
and
be
I, we
drunk
have a
already.
relationship.
Goddamn, Cruz.
I didn't eat before I came here. Fuck.
Whose amateur move was that?
That's why I was like, I'm hungry. I want food, but I'm gonna wait. But then I'm like, I'm kind of getting drunky.
Don't worry, there are calories in the tequila.
Yep. It's totally food.
It's true, there are.
Tequila is the only stimulant, depressant alcohol.
Wait, what?
All other hard liquors are depressants, rum, vodka, whatever. Tequila is also a stimulant. Only one.
Really?
Tequila is the only alcohol that's distilled from an inherently poisonous plant.
That explains a lot.
That's why
with
people get in fights on
me.
tequila, because everything else just mellows you out, and tequila riles you up.
I wouldn't say everything else mellows me out.
Well,
No, nothing mellows
your
me out.
results may vary.
But I will say tequila definitely fucking makes me feisty.
It's
as
a fighting person's
fuck. I will say that much. Yes.
For me, there have been many nights of whiskey drunk where I've made the declaration, I am either fucking or fighting tonight.
Yeah, same with whiskey.
Like, I am either fucking or fighting. I need human contact.
one way or the other.
Exactly.
Fists or penises, you choose. Which one's going in your mouth? That's actually good. That's a good drinking game right there. Fists or
Fist or penis, which one goes in your mouth?
You guys are fun. I'm having a great time. This is fun. So anyway, you're a metalhead.
I might be.
Not to take control of your show or nothing, but we need to talk metal.
Hey,
Hey.
Admittedly, I'm like 20 years out of the loop.
Okay.
KNAC went off the air, and I was like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. So, like Metallica's Black Album, a little bit of Binge and Purge, and then I just turned off the radio. So you've probably got knowledge I don't got. If it's after Pantera, I'm like, I don't know.
I'm not far past that is the worst part.
All right, so 3 favorites or 5 favorites, because they're different, It's hard to pick a total.
Well, obviously I have to say Slayer.
Slayer.
There's a reason I got the goddamn name.
Did you see the thing they were on Jimmy Kimmel and they did Raining Blood the other
Yes.
night? Is that
Wait, really? Wait, recently?
Yeah, like in
just
the
saw
last
it on
week or so.
YouTube.
Oh shit!
Holy
I'm like
fuck.
so out of the loop with everything that's in.
You know, the Slayer fan page was all like, "They're doing Rain and Blood on Kimmel tonight at 11 o'clock. Tune in."
That's fucking amazing. I saw it the day after. I was like, check this out. I was like, whoa, get out of here.
30 years late.
Oh my God.
Wow.
All right, Slayer's a good one. Iron Maiden is still my default setting. Everything's either harder or softer or louder, or faster or slower than Iron Maiden.
Have you heard of the all-female cover band, the Iron Maidens?
Yeah.
My girlfriend
Never
used
saw
to
'em.
play guitar for
Yeah.
that band. Nita Strauss.
Nice.
She now plays guitar for Alice Cooper, but
I
she.
was just talking about her with my photographer.
So you know
today.
who that is? That's
I know
that's
who
one of
it
my
is.
really close friends.
That's awesome.
She's a total nerd, a Star Wars nerd. We once dressed up. Actually, I talked about this on our episode with fucking Wolfman and Aaron, because so Nita Strauss, who plays guitar for Alice Cooper, she used to play for the Iron Maidens, and she loves Star Wars. One year, 2010 to be exact, Halloween 2010, she dressed up as Han Solo. I dressed up as Chewie.
Nice.
I got us kicked out because we went to the smoking area, and I saw this little person.
Oh no.
And I decided it would be a good idea to try and breastfeed him because I thought he was
Oh.
a baby.
Sure.
And security was like, you have exposed your... Verbatim, what he said to me was, you can't come back in here. You've exposed yourself.
Nah.
And I was like, what are you talking about? And it was like, it was 1:30 in the morning. So I was like, whatever. So we ended up leaving.
That's
I would have really laughed if your
hilarious.
breasts were still out when he said that.
That's great.
I don't remember because I blacked out, but... My girlfriend was like, dude, he straight up was like, you can't come back in here.
This is
You've
a
exposed
beautiful
yourself.
bunch of segues in a row. The connecting being Nita Strauss. That was fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a
I
great
love her.
conversation.
She's amazing. She's fucking amazing.
Yeah, my photographer today, who I filmed the Damsel in Distress video with, had shot her for something right before she joined Alice Cooper.
Oh, no shit.
Nice.
Okay.
I
Nice.
was like, oh, this is trippy as hell. Fuck.
We actually recorded some music together one time.
Nice.
So I did, how we met is I did the Rocky Horror Picture Show parody for Wicked Pictures back in 2010. And her being in music, she was the one who recorded the soundtrack. So I sang a lot of the music on the soundtrack for that. And while we were in the recording studio, she was like, have you ever rapped before? And I'm like, do I look like someone that raps? You know what I mean? And she's like, well, no, because I'm recording this song where it's a rap battle, but instead of two rappers battling, it's one person rapping, the other person singing metal.
Nice.
So that's the kind of battle it is. So then she was like, you're going to rap. The guy is like screaming like, rah, you know, like fucking metal.
awesome.
So I was like, I mean, I've never done it before, but I'm down to try. So like she gave me the lyrics and shit, and we like did a run through, and it's the most hilarious fucking thing I've ever done that I never want to fucking publicize it because I'm like, ew. But it's hilarious.
A little late. You just did.
You just did, kind of. But you didn't play it. You just referenced it. You didn't play it.
Where could we find that, Cruz?
You can't because it was
There
a
you go.
personal thing. It wasn't like it wasn't something that was publicized.
Side note, however, Rocky Horror Picture Show is the reason I am here today.
Really? Like, wait, you not the porn version, obviously.
No, the original Rocky Horror Picture Show. Before I got into porn, when I was just a twisted kid, I ran lights for the South Pasadena Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh shit. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
I ran spotlights at the Rialto Theater down in South Pasadena. And in the cast at that time, Darla Crane played Magenta.
Oh shit.
And I introduced her to my girlfriend at the time, and she's like, "Could we put her in a bondage video?" And I'm like, "I don't even know what that means." And they did, and they taught me how to rig, and then started her career. She modeled for a couple years, and I gained rigger skills and an affinity for the job. And she quit to go back to school, and I'm like, "Well, now what do I do?"
Right.
Natalie Demore hired me shortly after that.
May she rest in peace.
May she rest in
Fuck,
peace.
man.
And that's how I'm here today, is because Darla Crane was attracted to my girlfriend at the Rocky Horror Picture Show 22 years ago.
See, once again, tits open doors.
Tits open doors.
It's
and
true,
Darla
though.
Crane's got an amazing. She still has an
Ladies, if you're
amazing
listening, tits open doors.
pair. They do. You can just bonk into the door with them, and the door will open.
True.
I feel like there's a whole sea of Instagram models that have figured this out.
What's funny though
Oh,
is
God.
Darla is still like a big sister to me. So somebody hired us to work together, and we were both like, Yeah, I can't do that. I can tie her up and whip her, and I'm the only person who's ever hit her with a single tail on camera to this day because she trusts me. But I can't fondle her tits because she's like, no. I just can't. Ow! It was the most awkward 2 minutes I've ever had on camera was trying to make out with Darla Crane. I couldn't. She's a gorgeous woman. I can't do it. We both were like, ew, this isn't working. Let's change the subject.
Wow.
Yeah, that's too incestuous. I mean, says the guy who just made sisters strap on fuck each other earlier this year.
But that
All
was
things
their
being
choice.
relative. Symbolic
True.
incest is more important than
Because I know a
literal.
lot of girls in the business that are sisters, whether or not they're twins or just blood-related sisters that have done scenes together, but they didn't actually do anything to each other.
Yeah, and I asked them real clear, like, what are you willing to do and not willing? I don't want to push any boundaries, And they're like, well, I'll do this, but I won't do that. And I'm like, and the strap-on fucking was in the I'll do this category, so
I take it they wouldn't eat each other out.
they wouldn't eat each other out. They wouldn't kiss. It's like, I'll like kiss, but not like kiss. I'm like, it's in the script. It's not in the script. I know it's somebody else's money. So
Wow.
I just work here. I just work here, man.
Does Real Sisters fall under obscenity laws?
Yes, it is.
Well,
But that's if
they haven't come after me yet.
but that's if they do stuff to each other. Like obviously, strap-on fucking.
You'd think that would count.
That you would think that would count, but they're not necessarily like.
I just fly so far below the radar. Nobody knows who the fuck I am. Nobody knows who I am. I'm just.
Well, we're trying to change that right here, right now.
Plus, they don't look like sisters.
No, I put it in the ad copy pretty clearly. Real
But I
life
feel
sisters.
I feel like if they were twins, like identical twins, and then
raise their
someone
hair.
saw that, maybe it might like be like, wait a minute. But the fact that they look very, I mean, look at them. Like Nikki Zolano is.
They look very different.
The curvier.
She's muscle bound. That chick
Muscle,
works out.
yeah, because she
could
works
bench press
out.
Me.
And then you have Tia, who's like petite,
Very
and,
fit, but
very,
she's a stick.
but she's very petite compared to Nikki, and they don't look alike in the face.
Which
So
is
you
great,
would
'cause I had
not.
to
They're
pick
like
her up
night
and
and
carry her
day.
around.
You would not think. I never knew that they were sisters till you told me. So
Until
that's kind of
you hear 'em,
crazy.
and they got that same kind of slightly Cubano New Yorker
Yeah.
voice. They got the same voice.
Yeah.
I appreciate that she's such a small girl because I had to pick her up and carry her around, and she weighs nothing.
Yeah, she's tiny. She's
Villains
fucking
have to
tiny.
carry people around. And I got to say, with no offense to either of them, they're both gorgeous women. Having picked up Tia Cyrus and having picked up Phoenix Marie, I have a preference as to which one I have to pick up
Oh,
again.
See, this is
Yeah.
why you need minions. Minions do the heavy lifting.
Minions, go pick those up. Bring them to strip her, wash her, and bring her to my tent.
Exactly. This is why you need
See, I'm not a criminal mastermind. I'm just like thug level.
It's funny because
still.
I actually interviewed Phoenix Marie for my radio show when I was in Chicago, and she was saying how like she's been doing a couple of scenes for Brazzers where it started off with her with another girl, petite girl, where she picked her up and flipped her upside down into like a standing 69.
Nice.
And then Brazzers, I guess, decided, oh, this is kind of like your thing now. So now she kind of does it with anybody that she does a scene with where it's like, She-Hulk, all right, let's do this. And then lifts the partner, and I'm like, God damn.
It's funny because she is a strong girl, and
She
solid.
is. She works out.
But she's still not that tall. I mean, I keep thinking she's huge, and then I stand next to her, and she comes up to my neck.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Well,
I haven't seen her in forever.
for most of the fans at home, if you're unaware, porn is shot like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Everyone's tiny.
Everyone's apparently. I didn't know that. I'm
That's
6'2".
true.
I tower over everybody, and they're all tiny.
It blew my mind the first time I met Evan
It's
Stone.
great though, because you can have a normal sized cock and look like a monster, because the girls are all 4 feet tall.
Exactly. But 100%.
I have a normal sized cock. I'm putting it on the air right now. There's an average. I might be ever so slightly above. I'm camera friendly, but I'm not a fucking like baby's leg. I'm just like a normal old.
I like how you said I'm camera friendly.
I'm camera friendly. You can see it. That's all it has to be. I'm known for my ropes and my whips and my knives. The cock is totally extra to my job. I use it, but it's like eighth in my toolbox. After the ropes and the whips and the knives and the ball gag and the chains
That's
and
funny.
whatever else. It's just, oh yeah, and fuck her. Okay. That's not.
Use the tools of the trade, and if the cock comes out, the cock comes out.
It's in there. It costs extra. I don't.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. So like I have all this plethora of fucking toys, but yeah, my cock is extra.
Because like the girl I was shooting with today was just a bondage shoot, and she was clearly real. I'd say just a bondage shoot, but that still involves a Hitachi and a forced orgasm on her side.
Right.
And she was like drenched and totally turned on, and I'm like, well, I would fuck you, but the customer doesn't have any more money, so my cock is staying in my pants. And we're like, yeah, that's just how that works.
How about that, huh?
Professionalism at its finest.
Did I break another barrier for the public? They don't want to know that. They think we're all horn dogs that constantly fuck. We're not, because if somebody's not
the public has to know. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, if everyone was horn dogs and fucked all the time, there'd be a lot of chafing.
There'd be a lot of chafing. You'd invest in lube.
That's when I'm like, hey, my pussy's sore, let's do anal. No, I'm just kidding.
She's not kidding.
Lube? What's your favorite lube?
Spit, coconut oil.
And coconut oil. And Pure. I really like Pure.
Pure is pretty good.
It's good stuff. It's not cheap.
Me, I'm a big fan of the coconut oil, but I'm also a very big fan of like silicone based types.
And
if it came down to like using any kind of lubrication, which is very, very rare for me, it would have to be silicone, because water based just is sticky and your body absorbs it, and a lot of people don't realize that. And I'm like, I hate.
Coconut oil is great, except for those few people that are allergic, which I feel really bad because I eat coconut all the time.
Safflower oil works just as good as coconut oil.
I'll keep that in mind.
Safflower oil, and it doesn't like affect you the way coconut oil would.
And spit and tears. You're right; those are
blood.
Spit and tears is good. I prefer that.
Crisco in a pinch.
Exactly.
A forceful personality, whatever.
Whenever I'm like about to do anal, and then before, not so much now, but before, whenever I would do anal with someone that's never done anal with me before, they're like, "Oh, we need lube." I'm like, "No, we don't. We just need spit." Yeah. Hold on a second.
It works. It works just fine. It's a mucous membrane in the first place. Just got to get in the door.
Exactly.
It's very welcoming once you're in, I've been told.
It's what?
Very welcoming once you get in.
Cozy.
That's true.
This brings us right back to Amber, who I remember the day I met her. I was on of all the dead people, I was on a Natalie D'Amour shoot rigging Amber Rain.
God.
And I'd never met her before. And it was an anal shoot. And she's like, "Are you ready?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I just fisted myself in the bathroom. We're good to go." I'm like,
that's what I loved about her, because that's how I would prepare for anal. They'd be like, "Are you ready?" "Sure, hold on a second." And I would literally on set, under the lights, spit on my hand and shout, and then I'd be like, "Okay, we're good. Let's go."
And everybody's staring at her like, "What did I just see?" She was such a great kid. I mean, it hurts to talk about her, but it heals too. I loved Amber like a sister.
Well, because it was only like anything. Everything about her.
Such a sweet girl.
There's only just good memories.
Yeah.
There's like not one bad thing I can think of about her at all.
We all laugh about like she'd show up with a broken pelvis because she'd been kicked off a horse by the side of the freeway.
Yeah, she was very much into horseback riding and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. Like I didn't know her, but right after she passed, I was hanging out with Stormy Daniels in Chicago, and Stormy was talking about taking her horses.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Stormy took her horses. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God that they were taken care of. I remember I was coming off my feet. I'm hitting her with a big, heavy flogger. I'm literally coming off my feet, hitting her that hard. And we cut, and she's like, "You could hit me harder." I'm like, "Actually, literally, no, I can't hit you any harder than this." But you'd flog her, and she'd purr. She just loved it.
Yeah, it was great.
So
she was
awesome.
great. She was fucking awesome.
So awesome.
I did a scene with her for Kink.com's Whipped Ass, where me and Isis Love were hookers, streetwalkers. We're both hookers. And this was before Kink moved to the big armory. So this was their old studio. So this is like years ago. We're talking like 2005. God, 12 years ago. Holy shit. And Amber Rain played a cop. And I'm like soliciting on the street corner in the seedy fucking part of San Francisco in the Mission District. And she's like, "What did I tell you about fucking, like seeing you here all the time or whatever, blah, blah." And I'm kind of like taunting her and shit, like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?" And then she like arrests me. But then my other hoe friend, Slub, comes in like, "What you gonna do about?" And we kind of turn the tables on her, and then we end up. It was for Wired Pussy. Excuse me, not for Whipped Ass. It was for Wired Pussy. We fucked her up. It was great.
I'm not sure if your listeners realize how much star power you just packed into one short paragraph. Isis Love, Annie Cruz, and Amber Rain on a street corner in fucking San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap!
Back in the day.
Back in the day, too, not just like...
Of course, I never tied her up either, but I've worked with Isis Love once or twice.
Oh, really?
I've tied
She's
people
awesome.
up for her.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we've met once or twice, but man,
wow.
what a gorgeous creature
No,
she is.
she's great. She's great.
Whew.
She's fucking great. Very hot.
Is there a cold shower near here?
Right around the corner, first door on the left.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, I could make a lot of horrible mistakes with Isis Love and not regret them.
So did you shoot stuff for her personal site or?
No, this was another Natalie connection, actually.
Oh, wow.
I did a lot. For like several years, I was Natalie's rigger. I don't know if you know who Natalie Demore was. She ran a site called Smothered Slaves and another site called Bondage Orgasms. They were all girl bondage and, smothering and orgasms. This kind of goes in the name. But she couldn't do bondage. So they'd yell action and she'd grab the girl and grab the rope and strike a pose, and they'd yell cut, and I'd run in and tie up the girl and hand the ends of the rope back to Natalie, and they'd yell action, and she'd be like, "Ha, you're tied up
finishing,
now."
like finishing. Yeah.
That's what's called a rigger. That's like eight out of 10 shoots. I'm not even on camera. I'm just tying people up for other people.
Yeah, for people that don't know how to tie.
So I did
exactly.
that for Natalie for several years. Yeah.
Nice.
It was a good gig. That's how I met.
Actually, I think I saw you on her set
that might be
before.
how we met, actually.
Before
or at least
Ed?
how I came to know you is through Natalie, probably.
Maybe, because I
That's how
remember
I met-
shooting with Natalie
I
for
met
her
Amber
stuff.
that way. I met Phoenix Marie that way. A lot of people I met working for her because it was kind of reestablished. This is right after my sweetie had quit the business.
Yeah.
It's
Actually,
like
that
a
makes
single
sense.
guy has a hard role in porn if you don't have some kind of foot in the door.
That's
Definitely.
true. That's very true. Actually.
Definitely.
That's very, very.
Thankfully,
very true.
I've got 2 decades of a really good reputation, but I worked really hard to maintain that. In 2 decades, you can ask anybody on my site or any footage you find of me anywhere, find that girl and ask her, and they'll tell you I was good to them. And I'll say that, carte blanche. Did you pick any girl you like? Because I know if they have one bad day, one girl has a bad experience, she could end my career. Mostly, no, that's not it. I actually do care. But also pragmatically, she could end my career. So I just make sure it never happens.
True.
It's the way to be. It's on both ends. It's
I got to
the way
live
to
with
be.
myself at the end of the day. So I treat girls really, really well. My guiding principle is get invited back.
True.
Make sure you did nothing that she's mad at you for at the end of the day.
Makes perfect sense to me. Shit.
And I've
Yeah,
gotten away with some
exactly.
really, really evil shit that way. Because once they trust you, I've done all kinds of horrible things. I nailed Cupcake Sinclair's tits to a table.
Wait, who?
Whoa, what?
That stops people dead in their tracks.
Elaborate, please.
This is a funny story. Do we still have some time? All right.
I
we have
want,
plenty
no,
of
we
time.
have plenty of time. I want to hear this
there's
story.
this adorable young girl. Her name is Cupcake Sinclair.
Okay.
We've been letting these.
Just trust me on
breathe
this.
too
To
much.
Cupcake Sinclair.
Cupcake's tits being nailed.
She's an amazing
nails.
girl. I adore her. If Cupcake, if you're listening, I adore you. And she's a hardcore masochist.
Sounds like it. It sounds like it. Go
And
on.
I don't really get involved emotionally. Well, I get involved emotionally, but not romantically with most of the people I work
Mm-hmm.
with. I'm not out there to make new friends that way. But Cupcake and we're close. I'm very fond of her.
Yeah.
And we were sexting, which I had not really done that.
Wow.
I've
Okay.
not really done. I'm like, 1980s. I didn't even know what cell phones were for. It's like, say mean things to me on your phone. I'm like, all right. And at some point, I offhandedly said, well, what if I just nail your tits to this table, invite all my friends over to gangbang you while you're stuck there? And she's in all caps. She's like, oh my God, we have to film that. And I'm like starting to backpedal. Like, I didn't
Mean
entirely
literally.
mean for that to go there. And she fucking out of her own pocket hired me. I don't have the skills to do it. I told her I don't know how to do that safely. She hired a tattoo artist piercing buddy of hers. And he came in as my henchman, and I held her down, and he autoclaved the nails so they were sterile.
Yeah.
I held her down on a table, and he fucking nailed her tits into the table. And then me and this other femdom took turns on both sides of her, fucking her spit roast from either side, while she's nailed
I
to
love
a
that.
table.
I love that spit
You can
roasting,
find it.
fucking spit roasting. That whole thing.
Holy
just the
fuck. And it was
idea.
hot as hell. And
So
she's
wait a
like-
minute. Let's back up here real quick. So you had a piercer literally nail
Nailed.
her tits.
6 nails in each tit.
Wow.
shit.
It might have been 5. I think it was 6.
Sorry.
It's on there. You're looking it up right now, aren't you?
No, actually, I was looking up something else. There's a metal band I used to manage in Chicago that had an opening to a song like, I'm going to nail your tits to this... I'm going to nail your tits to this table with nails.
No, these were nails. These were fucking Home Depot 4-inch carpenter nails. Just bam, into a table.
I feel like I want to play the audio of that real quick just so you can hear the...
It seems like a
Wow.
good soundbite.
tits to the bed with these nails. Nails. Give me your tits.
Oh my god.
Nail 'em.
That's kind of how it went down. There was some screaming.
There's 2. Oh, I'm gonna fuck your ass.
Anyways,
You should look it up. Look up
Wait,
Cupcake Sinclair tits
look up-
nails.
I have
I'm
to see
sure
this
you'll
now.
Find it.
okay, let me find that real quick. But yeah, that just completely brought that to my mind.
No,
sure,
that's amazing
sure.
how
It's a
that kind
clear
of goes
segue.
hand in hand with what we're talking about. So explain this to me. So you had a guy sterilize some nails
Yep.
and like properly
Properly. Pierced
nail
her
her
tits.
tits to
To
a
a board.
fucking board.
Yeah. It was like on a sawhorse. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I
So
didn't
like
think I'd
her
ever be there.
how big were her tits first of all?
She's got gorgeous tits. I've never looked inside one of her bras. I'm gonna guess C cup,
Okay, so her boobs are not ginormous but not small.
and they're full on real. There's
so
nothing in there to augment or anything.
how did he do it? He just pulled the skin. Like
Did
I'm
you find
curious as to I want to see this. Maybe I have to see
yeah,
it
you
to
should
like
see it.
Yep.
I mean, I can describe it, but and she owns the footage. So please, if you find it, pay for it and look at it. You will. I'm talking to the audience now, obviously.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah, this
worth
is-
your $5 or $12.
Let me see,
It's
let
not
me
that
see.
much money. You spend more than that on a steak dinner, and you will not believe what you see unless you actually fucking see it.
This is a teaser reel of it.
There we go. There it comes. There's me in my purple shirt. Put your tits on the table. There's a guy with a glove and the nail.
On mic, please, sir. On mic. Our audience.
Sorry,
is
I'm like looking around the corner at the footage because I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. And just bam, and there are fucking nails in her tits. This is the most extreme player. Much as Amber will always hold a special place in my heart forever. Cupcake can take more than anybody I've ever seen.
Well, I mean, she had her fucking tits nailed to a goddamn board.
That was for starters.
That right there is hardcore.
Yeah, that's.
Now, with another amazing gentleman with whom I'm acquainted, she actually had him tie her down in a live stage show. I think this was at Sanctuary. I wasn't there. He tied her down, cut off a piece of her leg, cooked it, and fed it to her.
holy shit.
Okay, this bitch is hardcore.
She's
I need to meet
amazing.
her.
We're like advertising for her, but I can't even tell you how special this girl is.
Can we get her on the
We
show?
need to get her on
You
the
should.
show.
I'm going to call her right now. My phone's over there because I
We,
don't
we
drunk
should
text.
definitely get her on the show. I want to talk about that because
She's an
holy
incredible
shit.
creature.
She
And
had
she
her-
was like, it was more gristly than I thought it would be, but it was cool.
Well, we just saw a little teaser trailer for this said video that we've been talking about where a guy actually comes in and fucking nails exactly how I pictured in
to
my
a
head.
sawhorse.
Yeah.
To a sawhorse.
Did I lie? That was exactly what I
and she
said,
gets
right?
fucked from behind.
Her bam.
And now you're telling me that they cut off a piece of her leg and cooked it and fed it to her? Like,
Yeah, I think there was some garlic and butter. I don't know. I wasn't
okay,
there
I
that
don't
day.
give a shit. I need to meet this woman.
How do you prepare long pig?
Yeah. She's an amazing person. She's done it more than once. That thing. I guess it went well, and she did it again.
Wow, same cut
She's
both
an
times.
incredible force of nature. Yeah, there's like a permanent couple of scars on her leg. That's where I had the skin taken off, and I ate it.
Well, if I was gonna like eat myself, I would try a different cut each time.
You would think, but it wasn't like deep into the meat. You know, it's not like, do I try the flank steak?
So what? It was just like, fucking. Why is my brain tequila? That's why my brain's not working.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. There you
It's
go.
like pork rinds of people.
kind of yeah. People rinds. People rinds. It
People
might have
rinds.
been, yeah.
Long pig
And then it
rinds.
just-
Again,
like, they kinda
I
deep
wasn't
fry it.
there. I'm just trying to tell you how awesome she is because
No, I need to meet
sold.
this woman. I need to meet this woman. I
20
need to meet this
second
woman.
clip.
That's
I'm
crazy.
sold.
she's an amazing human. You should have
That
her on the
is
show.
nuts.
Yeah, set it up. We'll get her here. We'll get her drunk. We'll do some weird shit in my apartment.
Just put out some like Dexter style tarps and shit because
I feel like we're gonna
There's
have to
a
like be
splash zone around
properly
Cupcake.
prepared for this. Holy shit!
I feel like that may be our first
somewhere
video
right now.
episode.
She's blushing like mad that I'm telling all of this, but she's a special kid. She's really
She's still in the business.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
She
need to
does
meet
webcam
her.
stuff. She just toured Europe, doing flesh hook suspensions.
Okay, yeah, I have a girlfriend who Miss Crash.
Mm-hmm.
She,
I know who she is. Yeah,
yeah, you know who she is. She was just in Poland and
yeah
and
same thing.
England.
She was there for that.
So she was she there? Were they there together?
I don't think together, but I'm sure they saw each other.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe they were. I don't fucking know. I don't own her. I occasionally own her on camera, but I don't actually own her. But she's an amazing girl. She's like,
No, it
you
sounds
didn't
like
think
it.
you'd meet people like such incredible humans in this business.
Where did the inspiration for that come from?
I don't know. She's a twisted kid. She's a
Well,
delightfully
it sounds like
twisted
it started off from sexting.
Well, the table thing was my bad idea. I come up with ideas.
You came up with that idea
I'm
via
fantasy-driven.
sex.
I'm a performer. I like to get into people's heads, and I do in special effects. I use like broken knives to make it look like I've stabbed you because I murder people on camera a lot.
It's almost like you could have said anything and she'd have been down.
I'm used to faking stuff.
'Cause you were
but
like-
she was like, I want to do that. We got to fucking do that.
Like, what if you would have said, I want to cut your fucking left arm off? You know what I mean? Like,
You know, I honestly suspect she'd think about it. I honestly think she'd think, well, how bad do I need that arm? Because she's.
I mean, that's some new
Fucking
level
amazing.
fetish work when
okay,
you're one
speaking, okay, now that we're on the topic of this, right? Someone had posted something on Facebook a long, long time ago where this chick really wanted to get rid of her pinky. Chad Alva actually posted this. It was a long time ago. This was probably like 2 years ago, a year ago or something. This chick, she was like, I think she was English too. She was from England. And she was talking about how like, I really, really don't want this pinky. I've been wanting to get rid of it for a very long time. And she like cut it off
All right.
and sewed it up. And she's like, now I feel at peace now because I've been wanting to get rid of this fucking pinky. And everyone thought she was crazy and shit like that. So for you to tell me like, oh, I think she would consider it. I mean, the fact that she let
She
you,
might.
that
I don't
yeah.
think she'd do it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, that's a
know.
whole
She's-
arm. This chick got rid of a pinky, but it's still like.
I just
almost
know
wanna
she's
look
an
this up.
amazing person, and I'm honored to get to work with her. I'm honored. I've got to work with some really awesome people. I'm not rich. I barely scrape by, but I have a really cool car, and I get to fuck amazing women. I get paid for it, and I get to tie them up and beat them, and occasionally murder them and stuff like that. So
That sounds not a bad way to live.
it's not. It's
Murder
villain's
porn.
life doesn't suck. I do a lot of murder porn.
I've done a lot of murder porn as well.
I bet you have.
Like the choke chamber where they like choke me to death, and then there's one where I'm like a spy, and then I die, I get shot to death execution style, where me and this line of girls are on our knees. Dude, it was very morbid, but people get off on this shit.
And God bless him. I don't judge. I don't fucking judge. However, whatever weird shit you get off to, I'm there for you, man. I'll do it.
There's some site up in Oregon where like the girl starts dead and then comes to life as she gets fucked up.
Wow.
I've worked in Oregon. I've worked for a guy in Portland.
I
But
found.
I don't think that was him.
I actually found the article, and it wasn't 3 years ago. Like I thought, this was back in February. So it was actually months ago. So body piercer
have
chops
been
off
drinking.
her own fingers with bolt cutters because, quote, she wants to. After slicing a tattoo of her ex's name off her arm with a scalpel and posting it to him. Yep, this is the one. A woman who sliced off a tattoo with a scalpel and sent it to an ex-boyfriend has chopped away her little finger because she, quote, wanted to. Torres Reynolds, 30, from Essex, cut off her finger with bolt cutters and posted pictures of her severed finger on her Facebook page.
On her Facebook. Yeah, sure.
Ms. Reynolds said she had no particular reason for wanting rid of her little finger apart from thinking that it would look good.
And that she failed the Yakuza.
She has since gushed on Facebook about how happy she
Yeah,
is
and
with
that
her
she
new
failed the
look. With her new look hand, and one post alongside a graphic picture wrote, "Healing so well and totally love it." However, while Miss Reynolds is thrilled with the results of her DIY operation, not all feel the same. Many of her Facebook followers have slammed her decision as, quote, crazy, quote, disgusting, and, quote, stupid. During a rant on her page, Ms. Reynolds replied, "I do these things for myself. It's not hurting anybody else. I chose to document them on Facebook because I want to share the experience with my friends." While her latest stunt is shocking, she is no stranger to gory body modification.
God bless her. Do what, you know what? It's harder to hit Control Alt Delete, but I don't know if she was a big computer nerd in the first place.
Well, can I show you a picture of the tattoo she sliced off of her body?
I'm not
So
sure I
she-
could stop you, so sure, okay.
She had a tattoo on her arm that said "Chopper's Bitch."
Did she mail it to him?
So
Apparently
she sliced
wasn't
it,
his bitch anymore,
and she packaged it. This is how she packaged it to her ex-boyfriend.
That's a big
This
piece
is
of
what her
skin.
tattoo looked like on her arm. Hold on.
That's a
You
big
can see
piece of
it's huge.
skin,
It says
yeah.
"Chopper's Bitch."
Yeah, that's like most of her arm.
So then she sliced it off and put it. Well, it looks like ice,
Like
right?
a
Is that
jar of
ice?
formaldehyde or something.
It looks like
She
something.
preserved it somehow.
And then here's the scar on her arm. Look how big it was on her
That's
arm.
a big scar.
It's a big,
Big scar, not as big as I thought it was going to be from the initial
Yeah.
picture, but still,
The
that's a lot. That's a chunk of flesh.
So it says here, the remnants of the tattoo were put in a jar, wrapped up with a bow, and sent via recorded delivery to her former lover. She did track it online and knew for a fact that he did in fact received it. She said, "I packaged it up so it really did look like a present. I even used different handwriting so he'd have no idea that it was me.
Oh, God.
I can't imagine what his reaction was. I wish I could have been there to see it."
His reaction was, "Oh my god, I used to stick my dick in that."
Yeah, and then here's her finger that she cut off. They kind of blurred it on here, but the ones that I saw, she actually showed it. She sewed it up and stuff. She chopped it off with bull fingers.
She totally
bolt
Yakuza
cutters,
styled that.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
She what?
She Yakuza styled that. She only took a joint.
Yakuza.
Is that what that is? I don't even know what that is.
So, like, when you fail in the Yakuza, you're expected to present part of your pinky to your master.
Really?
Yep. And if you see a bunch of guys in Japan missing a bunch of fingers, they've fucked up a bunch of times.
Yeah, but don't fuck with them.
Yeah, they're bad people.
Yeah.
They're very bad people. I love Japan.
Yeah, a friend of mine was like, if you need to merge in traffic in Japan, because they always wave at each other, you just hold two fingers down and wave like this, and people will get out of your way because they think you're fucking.
Just having visible tattoos in Japan.
This is a pretty seriously rambling conversation that we're going in directions I had not anticipated. I'm having a great time.
No, yeah.
I had not anticipated just how far and wide. We didn't even get to like third metal band. We're like, fuck that, we're off in another
I don't
direction.
think we got to second metal band. I think I said Slayer, and then we went on a
said
tangent.
one, and then we're like, this is not it. Let's go on.
Oh, I found a video of her chopping off her finger. Ooh, God.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not going to play it, but you can see it in this thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically, the thumbnail of the pinky.
He's here all night, folks.
Yeah, dude. So, craziness.
I do way
Fucking
weirder
craziness.
shit, but it's all stunts.
Right, it's all make-believe.
It's all, yeah. I do murder people, but I've murdered Mika Tan 5 times in one day, so at least 4 of them had to be fake, right?
Too bad it was the last 4 that were fake. The first one was real.
Was a little, yeah.
You can't murder her a second time.
No, because
That's
she doesn't
true.
move. Yeah,
Exactly.
Miss her. She was a lot of fun too.
May she
Yeah.
rest in peace.
No, she's
still
not
with
dead.
us.
She's still alive.
Off on her own adventures.
Mika
He
Tan.
murdered her.
Oh, wait,
Well,
you're
a
right.
bunch of times, but she survived it.
She got better.
She
She got
survived it.
better.
She came back. She came back. She came back. Let's just leave it at that. She came back.
Still going strong.
He's a proper villain. He has
We
a
should murder
Lazarus
some
pit.
people together. We should totally.
I would be down to
Become
murder some people.
semi-out
I'm
of
trying to think
retirement
of
for
the worst times I've died on in any kind of like murder porn that I've done.
The only time I died was when Aiden Starr kissed me today.
I got strangled to death with a phone cord by my husband.
Sure.
I was
strangled
a
some
spy. I
people.
already mentioned that, and then I ended up getting the tables turned on me.
Shooting is boring. Shooting is just you click bang and somebody CGI.
Yeah.
Your bullet,
Well, this particular website, they focus mostly on like the dragged out death, so choking
Yeah.
to death, right? Like
yeah,
I'm choking you.
strangulation is popular, or stabbing in the belly.
And they were very, very particular
sales.
about the way we looked as we were dying. Like, no.
I
Your
swear I
eyes
know
have
who
to
you're
flutter
talking
a
about.
certain way. You know what I'm talking about?
I know who
Your
you're talking
eyes
about.
have to flutter a certain way. You can't go too soon. You have to just.
Did they like stage 3, stage 4, and they like
slowly-
talk about the different stages?
Yeah, no, exactly. They would get pissed, like, no. We can't do it this way. Cut. Let's do it again. But this time, we need you to kind of like slowly die, not
and
quickly.
my job is to stand behind you, making it look like I'm pulling really hard on
Yeah.
the garrote around your neck. So I'm like tensing up my arms, but not actually pulling, just pulling enough so that it digs into the neck a little, and not actually killing you, which isn't that hard, but it is important to do it right so you don't.
I did that a
kill
couple times.
somebody.
That yeah, and then having to pull the cord to
And
hold
then
on
just
to
make
it.
a face
so that
like
they-
it's
yeah.
really difficult.
Resistance.
Yeah.
Cruz, have you ever watched yourself die on film?
Yes.
Does that bother you at all?
No.
Just curious.
I honestly actually find it funny when I have seen the scenes where I die. I'm just like,
It's funny, yeah.
it's kind of funny because I'm like, and I think the reason why I think part of the reason why I think it's funny is because I'm like, people get off to this shit.
Yeah, somebody is jerking it.
Someone
right
is
now.
jerking their dick to me, dying slowly, like a slow, dragged out death. Like, oh, she's not dead yet. And then finally, when I give out that last, and then my eyes are all bugged out and shit. And then I'm like, and then I give out that last breath.
And they're trying to time it so they right then.
Yeah, like dudes are jerking their dick to her. Okay, I'm gonna come when she dies, and then it makes me wonder. Like, I don't even want to think.
It makes me wonder how much money I could have made off of you getting hit by a train.
Yeah.
Okay,
That would video
anyways.
would
Like dying
huge.
for real, you mean?
Hey, I'm saying
if it should happen.
if it had to
you should
happen, I
monetize
might as
it.
well profit. We got to fund this podcast
The
somehow.
last show, yeah.
Man, that would have been really bad. I didn't even know the
people
train was
asking
coming.
me
I was
though,
so
how
oblivious.
do you stand yourself or whatever? I'm like, dude, we all fantasize horrible things all the time.
We do. Honestly, we
You
really
fantasize about murdering your
do.
parents and your school teachers. You fantasize about all kinds of horrible shit all the time.
Yeah,
and there's
most
nothing
people
wrong
just
with it
aren't
in
willing
your
to,
head.
actually say it.
And look at fucking Saw or any of the recent horror films that are out there. Mine just have more sex in them.
It's
but
basically
it's the same
murder
stuff.
porn. It's murder porn. It's
It's the
murder
same
porn. It's the
stuff.
same fucking thing. Because if you think about it, the murder porn that we shoot is the same shit you see in films because there's no sex involved. It's literally someone killing somebody else.
Sometimes there's some sex involved.
Okay, sometimes.
I
But
have
the ones that
strangled people while raping them.
Actually,
on
wait, I take
camera.
that back because I did do one with another girl where she was a girlfriend of mine, and
We're gonna
lesbian.
recreate like fucking Devil's Rejects or something.
Oh,
together.
for real.
And me and you will go on a tirade.
Me and this chick, we were a lesbian couple, and then as we're like hanging out in our living room, because this is exactly how the scene panned out, I find a condom
Oh,
wrapper
you're all
in the
pissed.
couch, and I'm like, "Were you fucking some dude?" And then I choke her to death.
Nice.
And then I'm like very twisted at the end. I like
Nice.
kiss her as she dies.
Yeah.
She's dead, and she's just laying there lifeless with her eyes open, and just I'm dead. And then I'm like so crazy in the
Softly
scene.
kiss her on the cheek. Like,
I
love
softly
you.
I softly kiss her on the lips, and then I start talking all this shit to her like softly, you know, like oh. It was very creepy.
So do you ever
but
get
we're good at
requests
it.
for like people to get murdered on screen and then void their bowels and actually like empty themselves?
Not in a murder. I have shot an enema video, and I have to admit that is now kind of a hard because they want a dirty, full-on pooping it enema video. And I got a friend I trusted. I said, "This girl will do this. I know her. She'll do it." And we got a hotel room with a big bathtub. I'm doing that at home.
Fuck cleaning that
And
shit
we're like,
up.
we have dogs. We know we've seen poop before. It's not a big deal. But
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm not. I didn't release the footage. Usually, when I shoot a custom video, I get to keep the footage for resale, or else I go broke.
Yeah. So this was a custom shoot.
It was a
Mm-hmm.
custom shoot, and then I didn't release the footage. I don't, because if I release it, somebody else is going to ask me to do it again. And I'm
Plus, it's technically. I mean,
Stop at
well,
the
no,
ones.
not unless she's playing with it, I guess, because I know scat is illegal technically.
I don't give a rat fuck what's it. I'm so down on the food chain. If they come for me, everybody else is already dead.
Yeah.
They're not coming for me. I make no money. You don't sue people that don't make money. You sue rich people. I'm not rich. I'm barely surviving.
Like everyone in Hollywood.
But I did buy tequila, so
I'm
I bought
empty.
it for you.
I
No,
appreciate
I'm
that.
behind you by a shot. I'm going to knock this. Here's to me for bringing
I
the
was-
tequila.
I was just trying to get a refill, actually.
We're like halfway through this bottle.
About halfway. A little
Yeah,
bit.
and there's plenty of time left in the episode.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's good.
I told
stuff.
you we're killing the bottle.
Good fucking stuff,
It's
man.
gonna happen because there's three of us.
So, how much work is it going to be for me to just go in and dub Ghost Tequila every time we talk about it? Kidding.
Save your sponsor. I'll go home and try it.
Oh, it's really
You
good.
should. It's good.
I don't usually get flavored anything. I don't like vanilla rum. I don't like banana vodka and shit.
I don't
can
do
put
vodka,
flavoring in the
period.
things that I'm going to drink. at home.
No, I feel like vodka should be neutral spirit. Whiskey should taste like oak barrels.
Just whiskey, yeah.
Yeah.
Tequila should taste like tequila. It has a taste.
Right.
And I'll put some pepper or did you ever mess with there's a bitters called Aztec chocolate bitters made by I think Bee Brothers.
You said chocolate bitters.
Aztec chocolate bitters. It's got like not cayenne, but it's got some hot pepper and chocolate.
Ooh, cayenne pepper
in it.
is really spicy if you put a lot of it.
And
in
just
something.
there's just a hint of it. So it's like a spicy Aztec chocolate, like those pepper chocolates. You can put a dash of that in anything and make it 100 times better. Margaritas, coffee smoothies. Just a fucking martini becomes a chocolatini, and it's just whoa, my god! It's like $8 to $12 at Bevmo. It's the best fucking stuff.
Fuck
you'll
yeah.
ever. Chocolate bitters, Aztec chocolate bitters. I think it's by Bee Brothers.
I will definitely have to check that out.
I need sponsors. They should be paying me for this shit. I'm saying nice stuff about people. Oh, I was gonna, dude. I gotta share one. I know this is a hard left turn. The thing being people who don't pay me, but I tout their shit anyway because you're a metalhead and I'm a metalhead. Did you know there's an Iron Maiden video game?
Really?
It's for your phone. It's a phone. What do they call it?
Really?
App.
Like
It's
an app?
now.
Okay.
It's called Legacy of the Beast, and you get to play Eddie from all the different album covers, going through different worlds. You're in like Egypt for the Power Slave album and shit like that.
You're the
Going on
trooper.
adventures as Eddie, as a trooper, and fucking all of that. And it's a phone app, and I'm hooked. I've been playing it for months on end. every day. It's
That's
a really
funny.
cool video game called Legacy. It's a free app. You can buy
There's
upgrades.
microtransactions built into it, I'm assuming?
Yeah, you can buy upgrades and whatever, but you don't have to. I've never spent a dime on it. I'm just having a fun time with this video game. Legacy of the Beast. Check it out. It's fucking... And
I'll
all
have
the
to check
music
that
is
out.
obviously Iron Maiden music. It's fucking... Okay, I had to make sure I did that because Matt's on the show. And
No, now I'll check it out. If I have a new
Andy,
addiction,
I
I'm
know
going to be
you. We've
really...
met before, but
Yeah.
he's a metalhead. I got to think of some metalhead shit. And I've been playing it. Hold on one second. I'm gonna just so you can hear the game start up. Tell me what song it is if you recognize.
We're going to play Name That Tune, Iron Maiden with Matt Slayer.
All right, game's turning on. Nodding Frog. Can you hear it from me?
Can you make it louder?
Yeah, can you turn it up a little?
I'm not phone literate.
Nope.
Shit, I stopped the game.
We just ended the game.
There we go.
I'm about to embarrass myself on air. Shit.
I know the song. What's the name of that one?
Legacy of the Beast.
Yeah.
It's a really cool video game. I've just been playing it nonstop.
It's not Number of the Beast, no.
No, it's off Seventh Son. It's the evil that men do.
Okay.
And the game is just so fucking cool. I got to put my phone down or I'll be playing it. Oh my god.
Yeah, like,
I'll lose
yeah.
track of this whole show.
Show's over. Swipe, play.
Eddie, I gotta do the thing. It's like it's a cool fucking game. Even if you didn't like Iron Maiden, it's a cool like D&D style combat game.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
But if
I've
you
said
like
nice
Iron Maiden,
way too
all
many
the
times
music
this
is Maiden
episode.
music. It's like holy shit. So they owe me money now too for plugging them on the air.
So speaking of Maiden, what is your favorite Maiden song?
I couldn't possibly list a favorite Maiden song. All of
Top 5?
Okay, I was a kid. When the album came out, Peace of Mind was the most recent album. That's how fucking old I am. So the Trooper probably was my first. That was my first favorite Maiden tune for sure. It was a Trooper. And after Fear of the Dark, I was like, I'm too old to keep listening to new metal anymore.
Fear of the Dark is my favorite Iron Maiden track.
That's a great song. And I saw that. I think that was the last time I saw them was for 1997. Was that?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right, 97, 98. I saw them for Fear of the Dark, and that was the last time I saw them. They were great. I wanted to end on a high note, and then everybody cut their hair, and things got weird.
I think the last time I saw Maiden was when they headlined Ozfest in like 05 or 06.
That recent? Wow, yeah. That was 10 years ago now, but that's still...
Yeah. That's
I
still-
saw them in 1988. 1987, I saw seventh tour of a seventh tour. Was my first show I ever saw.
That's fucking awesome.
Holy fuck. It was
Cruz,
so
what
good.
was your first show?
God, I don't fucking remember. Holy
Now, in
shit.
fairness, my second show was Barry Manilow with my mom, so...
I don't fucking
not as
remember
cool
what
as-
my first show was.
Fair. How about a favorite early show?
I feel like when I went to Warped Tour, that was like the first time I ever fucking saw anybody fucking play live.
Cool.
I was like young Cruz.
I had buddies who saw Monsters of Rock the first time, also
Nice.
1980 something.
Why am I
I didn't
still
see
say
that.
nice all the time?
What was your first fucking show? I can't remember. I have to think about that. Pretty sure it was Warped Tour.
White Zombie, Astro Creep 2000 tour.
White Zombie.
I saw them before the album came out. I saw White Zombie open for Pantera at a dinky little club in San Francisco.
That's
White
fucking
Zombie,
awesome.
dude.
Oh my!
Yeah.
And we're all like, "Is that a girl bass player?" Like nobody'd ever heard of
Oh,
her.
Sean Newselt was so hot in those days.
Oh God, that was so cool.
But this lineup on the Astro Creep 2000 tour was White Zombie, the Reverend Horton Heat.
Oh, shit.
Melvins.
The Reverend
shit,
Horton
dude.
Heat. Okay, that makes sense.
So the Melvins opened. Everyone, like all the metalheads, were fucking digging the Melvins. The Rev almost got booed off stage because
Yeah,
it was just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because it's
The wrong
yeah.
crowd.
yeah, it's totally the wrong
It's
crowd.
a different kind of fucking different kind of music. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
And then Zombie tore it
rockabilly,
up.
man. It's like rockabilly, and then all of a
Zombie's
sudden,
great. They were really. I love the show. I was
love White
supply.
Zombie.
I'm like, I'm here to see Pantera, and who are these guys? But they were really, really good. That was fucking 1990, I think.
oh my God, I'm like, wait, how old was I in 1990?
Yeah, the Astro Creep 2000
5.
tour, that had to be 94,
No,
I think I saw them.
I was 6 in 1990.
I'm old.
Six.
I've seasoned well, but I'm old.
I was 6.
I was born in 1972. I'm 45 this year.
I was born in 84.
Yeah.
I'll be 33 this year.
It's a good age. 33 was good to me. 45 has been great to me. I've done all kinds of shit.
Hey, man, 40 is like the
amazing
new
shit this
30.
year.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Like,
give a fuck. It's
someone
not-
else was like, I'm almost 40. I'm like, who cares?
Was
Like,
it Indiana Jones who said it's not the years, it's the mileage?
I've had some hard miles.
I drink. I don't even drink that hard. I enjoy drinking. I don't drink every fucking night.
Well, it's funny because when I was 21, I didn't really party that much. And then I kind of like was a late bloomer.
I didn't even
when it
start
came to
drinking until I was
partying.
30.
That's like me. I didn't really start drinking until I was like 26, 25, more like 25.
Because you see your friends in high school fucking it up, and you're like, I'm not sure I want to do
Well, I
that.
was such a nerd in high school.
Me too, yeah.
Growing up, I was bullied. Was
Porno
very,
people were late bloomers for the most part.
Yeah,
I feel
like, and then like, then I got into college and it was like whatever. And then I got into porn when I was 18, but I was very focused on my career, so I didn't really party. And then
That's wisdom for sure.
like 25, I was like, okay, I'm gonna let loose now.
Nice. Very cool.
I'm trying to find out what year that was for the White Zombie.
Oh shit, I don't know.
Yeah, White Zombie, the Melvins, and
The same year that I saw White Zombie open for Pantera on the Cowboys from Hell tour, at this small club in San Francisco, that same weekend I saw
What, the
Louis
Fillmore?
C.K. It wasn't even the
Really?
Fillmore. It was a dinky little club. I saw Louis
Oh, it was
C.K. when he
tiny.
was
Okay, yeah.
he was a nobody comedian. He still had all his hair.
Oh my god,
I've been
that's
a fan
funny.
of his ever since. I love him.
That's
but
funny.
it was fucking hilarious. He did his bit about Son of Sam. He's like, Son of Sam is this murderer who took directions from his dog to kill people. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
and he's like,
yeah.
if you have a talking dog, which I've done acid, I've seen talking frisbees, so okay. But if your dog tells you to kill people, that's when you roll up a newspaper and go, no, bad dog. Fucking Louis. I was like, oh shit. And ever
love
since, I've been a
Louis
huge
CK.
Louis C.K. fan.
Louis is amazing.
I'm catching his old show on Netflix one season at a time now.
Did you ever watch Lucky Louie on HBO?
No,
That's his original sitcom. He had an HBO sitcom.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I gotta
The
find
girl
that now.
who played his love interest on Louis,
Yeah, who was a creative consultant for the show.
she was his wife on Lucky Louie.
Oh, okay, I gotta go find that now. Dude, we take some hard, sharp turns on this show, but I'm fucking digging it. You guys
Yeah.
are awesome.
I got some pop
Thank you
culture
so much for having me
references.
here.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was a pleasure.
This is a
Pleasure
great
all
time.
ours.
It's a great time. Anyway, no, I gotta put the phone down. Don't look at the phone. Don't look at the phone. I'm Generation X, and I shouldn't even be using cell phones.
Right.
But they're addictive. You pick them up, you're like, oh, I gotta keep twittering at people.
It's
May
getting
19th, 1995.
95.
I
That
was
sounds-
10.
Yeah,
I was 10
that
years
sounds about
old.
Right. Shit. Yeah, I was a good kid too. I was a nerdy Dungeons and Dragons dork. I mean, I was a heavy metal dork, but I was still a dork all the way through high school.
That shit
not-
goes hand in hand.
It does. It does.
I definitely played D&D.
And I was in my late 20s when I happened upon Darla Crane and found porn and a family. And
Wow.
that within a month of getting into fetish porn and bondage porn, found the lifestyle club Threshold in LA. Which
I think
don't know
I've
if
heard
you've
of
ever
that
been
before,
there.
actually. Yeah.
Best club in LA. It's lifestylers, so they're not necessarily the pretty. I mean, a lot of them are wider than they are tall, but the knowledge and experience and care in that club is just. I teach there. I teach a rope class there once a month. I teach a rope
Okay,
class at Threshold.
okay.
That's probably
Nice.
where you've heard of it. And they're great people. I learned most of my chops there, and I give it back. They don't teach. They don't pay me to teach it. Are we good? What's going on? Uh-oh. Blorp, blorp, blorp. The handoff.
The handoff. Sorry, I was kind
I
of...
am like, whoo.
You're a wise person. I mean,
I
You're-
cannot.
you're a wise
I was like,
person.
I have to be responsible, but I'm already feeling like, woo.
yeah.
Sorry, the reason I was making that face is the Aragon Ballroom where I saw White Zombie. It has all the show lineups. February 25th, 1994 was Morbid Angel, Motorhead, and Black Sabbath.
Oh, fuck.
That's a very interesting mix.
Or
Wow.
March 23rd, 1994, Fudge Tunnel, Fear Factory, Clutch, Sepultura.
Fear Factory.
Sepultura.
And that's Max Cavalera era.
Oh, yeah,
Sepultura.
yeah,
Wait, I think that's
yeah.
the last show I went. Wait, no, that is not the last show I
Shit.
went to. No, Orgy was the last show I went to. Because I saw Fear Factory and what's that fucking band called? Oh my god, what the fuck? Something Falls.
Shadows Fall.
Shadows Fall. Yeah, I saw.
That's some new metal shit right there.
I saw Fear Factory and Shadows Fall, at I forgot the fucking venue, but that was like years ago.
Shadows Fall hasn't toured in forever.
Yeah, they played with fucking Fear Factory.
I like Hailstorm. That's a metal band with a chick singer. They're really fucking cool. And then I started recording it. I was a musician before porn. I told you I was in hair bands in the 90s when you shouldn't be in hair bands.
Right?
Unsurprisingly was not very successful, but we had a great time, and I don't regret those memories. We played like Ozzy and ZZ Top at biker bars in the valley. Made $300 in one tip jar one night. Which was cool.
Shit, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
You can't pay your rent with that shit when you split it among 4 people.
That's
in
true.
the 90s, you might have been able to.
Yeah, the 90s are a little different. I mean, $300, 90s.
Yeah, $300 now. It's like, well, cool. We're going out for a round of drinks.
Yeah, exactly.
But as weird shit comes full circle, the photographer who's friends with the chick from the Iron Maidens, he turned me on to a home recording. It's a full-on professional studio that can fit in your computer. But it's like got a mixing board. It looks like a studio. So if you grew up there, it's familiar looking. And I now started recording again. I started playing. I was a guitarist. I know you look at me and say, no way, but I was a guitarist. And I started making music for my porn. I started recording music again after fucking decades of I quit. I found out I love music, but I hate musicians because they're a bunch of stoned idiots who can't even find their own shoelaces.
I fully get that.
Like, oh, fuck you people. I'm trying to make music here, and I quit. And it was a long time. I couldn't even go back. But then was the coolest thing, 4 years after I just walked away from music, my girlfriend, I started to Jones again. She could see my fingers itching. And she bought me rehearsal studio time at just a dinky fucking rehearsal studio in Lancashire somewhere. And a bunch of my friends who I knew but had never played music with, she found me a bass player and a drummer and a singer. And we shared a 20-song playlist a week ahead of time. And then for my birthday, she got me time at this rehearsal studio. And we went in, we jammed out. And we're in our 30s now, so we're embarrassed because there's kids running around the studio are we going to look like fucking idiots here or what? But we went in and we closed the door and we played for 4 hours. We had a ball. We had so much fucking fun just playing Metallica, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest over and over and over and over and over again. And then we're done and we pop open the door and there's this 4 rows deep pile of teenagers out the door going, are you guys in a band? Are you playing somewhere soon? I'm like, fuck no, I have never played with these guys before, but thanks. Shit.
Come on, fake it till you make it. You've been
cool.
We got a show coming up. You guys come see us.
Yeah,
I should have said something, but I was I don't, these are my pals. I've never played with them before. But we were playing Ozzy and shit, and it was fucking great. Oh, fuck. So I guess I got a little of it left, and now I'm recording music as soundtracks for my porn, so whatever.
Hey, at least you're scratching that itch.
Yeah, it feels good to play again. I'm picking at the calluses right now because my fingertips are not what they used to be. Just kind of gross. I'm picking calluses all over your floor to whatever.
There's worse things that have been spilled there.
Probably.
True.
I'm envious of you because I wish I had musical talent. That's how I end up managing bands because I can't play a fucking lick.
It helps if you're obsessive compulsive and you're willing to practice long enough to get good.
So wait, do you play any instruments?
I play guitar.
Oh, you play guitar. I tried to learn guitar.
I played lead guitar in a bunch of metal bands.
I couldn't fucking do it. The only song I could successfully play or remotely successfully play on guitar was 1970 by the Stooges. That was
well,
it.
you know what it was? I was in high school and I decided I wanted to learn guitar. And my father, I grew up rich. We lost all our money in the recession in the 90s, but I grew up kind of well-to-do. I was in private school and shit. And right before we lost all our money, my father bought me a guitar. And before he could even buy me lessons, we ran out of money. But I got measles.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I got the measles. It's fucking stupid, but I did. And I was stuck in a room for 2 weeks. My parents thought I was going to die. I was like, I just felt, there's a cold and some hives. I'm like, I'll be fine. But with nothing better to do, I had a John Denver songbook. And I just spent 2 weeks learning to play.
So you taught yourself. You were
self-taught. Nothing better to do. And I got out. I was in boarding school. And this is high school. I got out and I started playing guitar and girls would flock to me.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Girls dig music. I'm a fucking dork. Didn't get laid. Still, the whole way through high school, didn't get laid, but the girls were in my face, so I kept playing guitar. And that's how I got good at guitar.
I've dated a few musicians in the past.
You don't
dorks.
say.
We're in it for the girls.
You don't say, Cruz.
One or two? Yeah.
One of them tried to teach me how to play guitar, and I was like, "This isn't happening." Another one played drums, metal drums, in a bunch of bands, and tried to teach me, and I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna stick to singing."
Everybody wants a shortcut, and there's no shortcut. You just put in hours and hours of
Yeah,
practice.
exactly. You have to put in the practice. Guitar was just way too hard for me.
It's just like typing. It's literally just like typing. Once your fingers know where the letters are, you can talk and type at the same speed.
It's like finding the G spot. You know, once you know
once you know
fi-
where it is, it's fine. It's at the ridgy spot on the back. Yeah.
For me, I took drum lessons. Because of course, the metalhead group of friends I went to high school with were like, we're forming a band. We need a drummer.
drummer.
I'm the drummer.
I have a drum set too. I bought a fucking the electric
go?
drums that they have.
You killed it.
The
I'm one
V
shot
drums?
behind you. All right, we got to do one more of these. I got to drive home, so we're going to stop.
Yeah, sure.
One more.
But for me, when I had a drum kit, I took lessons for years.
Oh, so you took lessons? Okay.
I took lessons, like, never any good. What finally was, stick a fork in me, I was done, was one of my buddies came over to my place, just sat down on my kit and started banging shit out. He had never played a day in his life. Killed compared to me after years of lessons. And I'm just like,
brutal.
I can't do this.
That's fucking brutal.
I've been taking lessons for years. I practice 4 or 5 times a week, and I'm just no good at this. But I'm a good Jew, so I've gotten into management.
But I'm a good. Awesome.
No, I ran a small label in Chicago, which turned into a kind of more management once I started working with the
Without
artists.
management, you go nowhere. That's true. We never got that far.
And pretty much, I ran myself horribly into debt running a label.
Sure. That's how that works.
But it was really one of those things like, man, I like going to shows. I like music. How can I make money doing this?
Yeah.
Because I have no talent. So.
And the answer is you can't.
Well, especially because I pressed a bunch of CDs in the mid 2000s.
Right when CDs were no longer viable. Perfect timing.
Yeah, no, it was great
Perfect
timing.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like being a hair band in the late 90s when everybody's moving over to that's not the music anymore. Put on a fucking Seattle.
Put on the grunge.
Yeah, grunge with your shorts and your toque. Like, fuck you. What happened? And in fairness, metal at that time was starting to suck cheese in a horrible way, so we deserve to die. Fucking, there were some bands that was like, oh, we just quit. Just stop it.
Well, especially
Stop it.
on the hair metal.
Do you remember Tough Enough?
Yes.
Like a Poison knockoff. That's when you realize metal's gone too far. We have to stop.
Every band had a ballad.
Oh God. Oh God.
And real metal got kind of caught in the wash of hair metal going.
And Metallica cut their hair, and now they're on K-Rock. That's just what the fuck is Metallica doing on K-Rock? Guns N'
Selling
Roses are on
albums.
K-Rock. That's
selling
shit.
albums.
What is it? The K-Rock was the station my brother and his Flock of Seagulls fans listened to. Not where fucking Metallica. That was KNAC. That was we were at war. Now I'm a grown-up. I'm like, Depeche Mode's actually pretty good. But I never would have said that back then.
Right? In high school, I couldn't admit, I didn't
no.
think it at the time, but I couldn't be like, The Cure's actually not bad.
Yeah, no, they're great. I just never would have said it back then. Fuck that.
Oh, in high school for me, it's like, if it's not brutal, I'm not listening to it.
It's Iron Maiden or Judas Priest or Leave Me the Fuck Alone. It's just all.
Oh, I used to go to secondhand record stores and just buy albums purely on how brutal the album art was.
Right. The album covers, man. Shit.
That is one thing that today's youth will never get to really
know. Yeah. Now
understand.
You watch
Just
them on YouTube or whatever.
literally buying an album based on the artwork.
Yeah, it's like a blind date. You're like, this looks. I did that too. There was a band called
God,
Obsession.
man, nobody will understand that. Not the
That time is
generation
gone.
today, anyway.
The time is gone.
What
And I'm so delighted kids today have the power that they have, the access that I'm jealous. I'm envious. I think about the recording software I have now. If I had that 20 years ago, I wouldn't have had to dump all that money into con artists who owned recording studios. I could have just done it myself.
For fuck's sake, what we're doing right here, right now, would have been physically impossible 20 years ago.
Yeah, or cost millions.
Right. We would have had to rent studio space.
All it cost me was a bottle. I bought the tequila. If you guys don't know that, I brought the tequila in here. And I got you commemorative skull-shaped scotch
I like
shot
this.
glasses.
Everyone has to have a skull-shaped fucking shot.
I have one at home.
I have
These guys-
I have
these are
a
gifts.
set
You
at
get to keep
home
it.
as well.
I really appreciate it from the bottom of my black heart.
It's not much of a gift, but you're welcome.
I'm easy to impress.
Okay, good.
I'm just actually generally easy.
Yeah. It's a good way to be. It's a good way to be.
I
for
think so.
fucking
I think
sure.
so. But yeah,
Anyway,
I
this is the coolest pod. I've been on podcast. This is the coolest podcast I've ever been on. You guys are too awesome.
thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying your time
I'm
here.
having a great
Thanks for
time.
doing the show.
Yeah, no, we try to have a.
I was like, "Do you even have guys on your show?" Because like,
And I'm like,
Vivid you can't get on there. It's like, we don't want to hear guys. These are for
Yeah,
truckers.
Vivid is different. We used to
Vivid's
have
all about phone sex for truckers. That's all they
but here's
are.
the thing, though. Like, I don't do phone sex on my show.
Yeah.
I don't. I won't do it. I specifically people listen to my show because they want to listen to what I have to say. However, in the beginning, because Vivid Radio has been around for like almost 5 years now, and when we
Jesus,
first
that-
started, we were having male comedians, male guests all the time. But see, it's no surprise that a lot of women in porn are flaky. And so part of the reason why a lot of people had male guests is because they're more fucking
show up.
reliable
Yeah.
than the fucking female
Not
guests.
that we're reliable. We're desperate.
But
We're
it
like
got to it also got to the point where
much.
Vivid was like, we're having way too many fucking male guests on here. So then they changed the rules and they were like, you're no longer allowed to
Yeah.
have, whatever.
Now, on the other hand, between Vivid and Playboy, I got to tie up and whip Christy Canyon on the air and give her forced orgasms in bondage, which was a life goal. I won't lie to you. And she loved it. And I was like, I got to fucking, oh my God. And she was hesitant. She's like, you gotta be good to me. And I'm like, you're a fucking living legend. I'm gonna be good to you. So that was cool. And I got to be at Mika Tan had a show for a
Yeah,
while.
Mika Tan had a
I've had
show.
good times on those shows. I met Nikki Hunter that way.
That's actually how I met Chris Gore, who was on our podcast.
Oh,
Chris
cool.
Gore had done Vivid Radio before when male guests were allowed.
Yeah.
He had done Mika Tan show, and then I met him, and then, then we just kind of...
Then he fell in love with you.
And Debbie Diamond. I got to beat the fuck out of Debbie Diamond's rock hard,
Oh, Demi
indestructible
Diamond's
ass.
into that shit. She loves that.
And that's how I met Nikki Hunter, who I'm still friends with to this day.
We ran into Nikki at Comic-Con.
We did.
And she and I did one of the things I'm most proud of. As a villain goal, I got to play the devil. I wrote my own video. I very rarely get to write my own shit. And I contributed the money, and Severe Society contributed the space and camera crew. And we co-produced The Devil's Workshop 2, entitled Body and Soul. And Nikki Hunter played a songstress who sold her soul to the devil, me, for a record deal. And we did the whole thing.
shit.
And I wrote a song and recorded it, and she sang it. And it was fucking, oh my God. That was like one of my big triumphs.
Please tell me there's a fiddle in it.
There's no fiddle. No. That would be a different devil song thing. No, this is a heavy metal thing. You should look it up. In fact, if you go SoundCloud, I think it's free. If you go to YouTube and type in Pro Villain Body and Soul, and you'll find my song. It's on YouTube for, I don't know, because it costs $1 anyway. Fuck it, I'll just give it out there for free. And Nikki Hunter sang it.
Oh, yeah, because she can sing.
She can sing. She belted that shit.
Well, it's available on CD, baby.
Yeah, well, if you want to pay for it, but you don't have to. It's on fucking YouTube.
Yep, I think I got it. Oh, yep.
That's it. I heard it in your fucking headphones. That was it.
Yep. No, it is. We got it. We're just not going to tie up airspace with it.
Oh, no. But on your own time at home, it's worth it. It's, you could give me $1. That'd be lovely, but you don't have to. I don't care.
Maybe we'll record it and put it as, post-roll.
Yeah, and this
But it
is
was
what we were
funny
talking
because
about
we
on the
did
show.
it on DVD, and on DVD there's still rules. Like on the internet, there's no fucking rules. Literally, you can do almost anything that Visa doesn't notice. But on a DVD, because it goes through the mail, you can't have bondage and sex in the same scene. Still to this day, that's true.
That's true because I remember Kink they would have issues before.
Yeah.
Where they couldn't have a girl bound and being penetrated.
You have to remember,
They had,
I'm from before Kink. I remember
no,
when
of course,
Hogtied was
yeah.
the new
And then
kids.
they would have to cut and be like, we have to untie her now because we can't. Do
Right, because it's not legal, and the post
Yeah.
office would seize your merchandise.
That's how Max Hardcore ended up in a lot of trouble.
But with the internet, then they could change a lot of rules. But so this DVD was going through the mail. So we did this fantasy thing where she would fuck me in real life as the devil, and then go into bondage into a dream sequence in hell, where I would tie her up and beat her, and we would alternate between non-bondage sex scenes and non-sex bondage scenes.
Very clever.
And I got to be the devil. It was really cool. That was a goal. I've been the Joker. I've been the devil. I haven't been Captain Hook. That's still on my list. I want to play Captain Hook.
Oh, you got to do that then. You gotta do
As
the
a
Captain
villain, you got to. And I've
Yep.
been Dexter,
Yeah.
which was a huge goal. I always wanted to play Dexter. I did that with Jessica Bangkok, actually.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was filming with her, and I kind of sprung on her, like, would you mind if I murdered you? And she's like, well, you can't get blood in my hair because I have a show later.
That's really fucking funny.
It's so her, though, right? And I was like, well, I've been watching a lot of Dexter, and she's like, I love that show. You got to use the saran wrap and everything. And we did a full-on Dexter parody.
So with saran wrap and everything?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I've been the Joker. I've been Freddy Krueger a bunch of times.
I think I saw you as the Joker before.
Yeah, my girlfriend made the coat for me. I have this full-length purple denim Joker coat that she made for me. It's fucking insane.
That's awesome.
That's fucking awesome.
I'm going to try and use it tomorrow, actually, with the sisters. I'm going to make them double minions.
Oh my god.
See how we brought that? It was like comedy gold. We
That's
brought it
amazing.
right back.
Speaking
there.
of the Joker, I want to show you something I got from Comic-Con. I saw it at Comic-Con.
I can't wait to see this.
Oh.
For you, those of you listening at home, he's thumbing through his phone right now, but all I see is the phone and 4 fingers because I'm on the wrong side of the microphone.
God damn it, where'd it go?
Shit. This is going to be a letdown.
Just open the full view of everything instead
Here, I'll
of
see if I can
scrolling.
find a Joker picture on my
Oh,
phone.
There's
while
the
we're
Comic-Con pics.
scrolling here.
There's us. Oh, there it is. God damn it. I had it. There we go.
Oh, look at that shit. Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
That's a
so
great Joker mask.
It's Joker's face.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's cool. Let me see that.
Ooh, there's me and Chanel Preston.
Nice. As we all look through our phones on the
Yeah,
audio
we're taking a
formats.
phone break here. Bear with us, folks at home. This
Looking
is more
at
interesting
pictures
if you're
of the
here.
Joker, Mr. J.
Mr. J.
Mr.
Oh, Mr. J. Oh, there's Jade Indica. Did you ever work with Jade Indica? She's an East Coast girl.
I feel like yes, I have. I did a scene with her for pissing.com for Kink a long time
of
ago.
course.
And been pissing
sure,
and stuff. Yeah,
Sure.
she
Cool
liked
kid.
it.
She's a cool kid. I like her a lot. I haven't seen her in years.
Yeah, she's awesome. Is she still in the business?
I don't know. That's a good question. People disappear and they don't tell you. And then they reappear and they don't tell you that either.
Well, they want to act like they never left.
Also, yes.
people leave porn a minimum of 3 times before they're actually gone. Everybody quits at least 3 times before they leave. Now, I mean, I'm going to die and still produce content after my death, I'm pretty sure. But
Well, you're more of a content producer than a performer. That's why.
I consider myself to be more of a performer, but the truth is I'm more of a producer. I just don't have any money, so I don't think of myself as a producer. I'm talent that has to self-produce to survive. But if
But
you're
you
like-
also have your own website and all that.
I do, and a Clips for Sale store
You
and all that
technically do
shit.
produce your own stuff.
I do
though.
technically,
Yeah.
but I'm the new paradigm. This is the model. All talent self-produces or they die. Because Vivid's shut down. All the big companies are not producing anymore.
True.
True.
The business is nothing like it used to be
It's
10
not.
years ago, 15 years ago.
5
But-
years ago. Shit.
But you've got OnlyFans and you've got all these nifty new apps where girls can just interact directly with their fans. It's the same thing that happened in music is now happening in porn.
Yeah.
It's like the record companies are dead, EMI and Tower and all those. When's the last
Yeah,
time
because
you walked
everybody's
into
just
a record
pirating
store?
everything.
But the musicians are still doing fine because their fans are paying to see them, and their fans are paying to see
That's
live
true. That's
broadcasts.
true. That's true.
And that's all I care about. If the record companies die, fuck them. Good riddance. They killed most of us. But if the musicians survive, fuck yeah. That's how it should be. And the same thing's happening in porn.
Well,
God,
what's fucked
I'm
up?
so happy.
What's fucked up in the music industry is a lot of record companies that do exist are now taking a part of the band's touring money,
Which they never used to do, yeah.
never used to do.
That was always the deal. We're going to steal all of your record sales, but you get to sell T-shirts on your
yeah,
tour.
like you get pennies for your albums, but
Yeah.
yeah, touring that's all you.
Yeah, and then now they're taking the tour. Fuck that shit. You don't need them anymore. You can self-produce on your laptop any bit as good as fucking EMI or Tower or any of those other fuckers can do for you.
Well, it's not so much the production value. I feel it's the promotional machine behind.
That's a matter of doing well and having a couple people say so and going viral. It's still a huge amount of luck, of
Well,
course, but
what did you just say earlier about musicians?
they're all flakes.
And that's exactly why they need the promotion machine behind them.
Okay, well, there's some truth to that.
I know.
No, I can't. You're
One of the
right.
bands that was signed to my label literally had 2 guys that were working as mechanics as day jobs.
Uh-huh.
They couldn't get their van running well enough to do a regional tour.
And they're mechanics.
Yeah.
That's pretty embarrassing.
I booked them out for a 2-week tour from Chicago to Colorado to back.
Wow.
And they backed out of it
Because the van was broken.
a week and a half before they were supposed to leave because the van wasn't up and running with 2 fucking
That's
working mechanics
terrible.
in the band.
Oh my
That's
God.
terrible.
Oh, yeah. I lost my shit.
That's why I quit. It's like I can't stand you people anymore. It's like The last band I was in was a cover band. We played ZZ Top and fucking Maiden and Metallica, and we played biker music at biker bars, and we're making good money at it. And then, of course, they're like, we need to go all original and make an album and sell it. I'm like, I've been there. You're going to sit in an empty club on Melrose singing to the other singer's girlfriend. Fucking Dave Geffen's not in the audience for that. They know us right now. We're making money. And they're like, fuck you. And they fired me. I'm like, that's it. I'm done.
Well, the crazy thing for me was I dealt with bands in Chicago who felt like, oh yeah, David Geffen, the equivalent of David Geffen's going to walk in the door and see us in some local fucking venues in LA. That could happen. It's very unlikely, but it could happen. In Chicago,
Not going to happen. No.
it will never fucking happen.
No, but if the fans start to like you and start to request you, you get paid. And well-paid, known bands are the ones that Dave Geffen's actually looking for, or the equivalent. He's gone, but the equivalent thereof. And they wouldn't listen to me. I'm like, oh, you don't want to do this. You want Cinderella? Like, never mind. Go make porn. I'm actually making better money that way.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Speaking of the self-production in porn, I had a buddy of mine who's, does B movies, shit like that. He's like, I think I want to get into porn, man. I'm like, why?
Why?
It's like, do you think someone would hire me? I'm like, you're better off just producing your own content.
Yeah, no shit.
Nobody's going to hire you, and you could do better on your own. And
especially because he knows how to make film.
yeah, and I hate it when people say, how do I get into porn? Because they just want to fuck porn stars. Like, you have no idea how hard the job is.
No, for him, I honestly don't think he wants to fuck porn stars. I feel he just wants to find any way possible to fund what he wants to do.
Well, fair enough. And if you have a performer mindset, you can do well in this job. But so many people are just like, I want your job. Like, no, you don't.
Oh, that's the reason I've never desired to be male talent. I've had so many civilian friends over the years be like, you're so involved in the industry. You know so many people. Why have you never wanted to perform? I'm like, I know what goes into that job, and I want no part of it.
It's a hard job. It's a hard job. I love my job. I won't shit you about that. I love my job. But I've been a performance nut and a theater kid for well before I hit puberty. And I know how to work a crowd or a camera, and I'm aware of camera angles and lighting and shit. And that you need to be thinking about that while staying hard. And it's not a balloon you could just blow it up. It's hard work. It is, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What is the single biggest complaint of all female talent ever? Male talent. They're terrible.
Yeah, I guess.
Right?
Sometimes.
Am I wrong? I mean, it's because it's a hard job.
Well, for me, I wasn't sure, A, I could actually do the job, and B, I like choosing who I fuck. Sometimes I make bad choices, but I like to choose who I fuck.
Yeah. And I don't get to choose. I kind of get to choose, but not really.
I mean, I feel like having been in the business for 14 years, there have been a few instances where guys kind of annoyed me because they either couldn't keep it up or,
Or were big jerks
came
or
too
showed
soon,
up drunk or whatever.
or they had their own issues where I'm like, what the fuck is your deal? But I mean, it kind of goes. There's a lot of women that I had issues with too, though, that
Fair enough.
showed up, fucked up, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I've been very fortunate. I can count about 3 women I wish I hadn't had to work with in 21 years. Mm-hmm. But mostly it's been a really good ride. But it's male talent and agents are the things that most people complain. If you have a good agent, that's the best thing you can have. If you have a bad agent, that's the worst thing you're going to have.
That's true.
Right? So,
Well,
anyway.
Anywho, we got a little inside baseball. A tad.
Oh my God. I don't even know where we are anymore.
It happens. It happens on the show.
It's
Yeah.
an organic conversation. We're
exactly.
going places.
Exactly.
I'm hoping people listen to this and like it. I'm mostly just here for the booze and to hang
Who's
out
in the
with you
company?
Yeah.
You guys are great. This is so much fun.
That's all we ask. I mean,
This is so much fun.
when you ask, like, do you have dudes on? Of course we have dudes on. We want to have people on that we find are interesting. Hopefully the audience connects with them, but really it's about who we find are
I'm
interesting.
doing my best to entertain you. And if it doesn't work, I brought tequila. So either way.
I'm entertained.
Yeah.
Especially because there's not
It
especially
helps.
because there's tequila, but it helps.
Not only because. Not only because. All right. I have one toast as my real toast. That is my only toast is to the good stuff and to the people we're drinking it with.
Salut.
Salud.
Shot number, I don't know.
We lost track.
I
Not
stopped
gonna
counting.
lie. Oh, wait, so what shot is this?
I ran out of fingers.
Oh, that is tasty. It's yummy.
I'm bummed. The bottle is going to survive the episode.
Well, we're responsible drinkers.
Yeah.
I don't drink nearly as much as my Twitter timeline would suggest that I do.
I played the
Drink
fifth
really
on
good
that.
stuff in moderation because I got to drive, and I really love my car, and I don't want to smash it in or anything.
Yeah,
And
you
we
need
do
to
not
be,
encourage
we
drinking
both
driving.
need to be responsible. I have shit to do after I
Drive
leave
too,
here, like
yeah.
important shit that I have to do when I leave here. So, and you can't get into an accident.
I
so
just
you
got to
have
get home alive and apologize to my sweetie for my horrible breath. I love my sweetie. She's okay. I'm going to go on just a little bit about my sweetie. She
Go ahead.
retired
Please.
from porn more than like 15, I think, years
Are
ago.
you allowed to say her stage name?
Sure. Her name, when she was a fetish performer, and this was before rhymeswithstink.com. Mm-hmm. This was in the VHS 1990s.
Wow.
Her fetish name was Dorothy Lane. Look her up. She was for a while, she was one of the top 5 bondage and feet and tickling. She never had sex on camera. You didn't back then. You were either fetish or sex.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say back then it was very different. Like if you did
Yeah.
fetish, you were on the fetish scene, and it was not necessarily.
We used to call it
hardcore.
crossover. Didn't mean gay straight. Crossover meant that you got fetish and sex at that time. And then, but she worked for about 6 years, from 96 to about 02.
When there was big
think.
money. Big
Oh,
fucking
no.
money.
Not for us. No, fetish didn't make money.
Fetish is always it's always been less money than regular.
Less
hardcore.
money, but more consistent.
Exactly. More consistent than.
I feel like fetish is
hardcore.
making better money these days.
Now it's making better money as mainstream dies under their own weight because of certain people's stupid ass strategic marketing decisions to flood the world with free porn. That was stupid. I'm still doing fine. I'm paying my bills. I'm never going to be rich, but I'm never going to go under. Anyway, where was I? Okay, my sweetie. So she retired.
Yeah.
She went back to school. She became a professor. She's
Wow.
She's a sociology, gender studies, women's studies professor.
Holy
At a
shit.
variety of colleges. She's a force of nature. She's an amazing, amazing woman. I'm very honored to get to be with her. We've been poly since before that was a word.
Oh yeah.
From the
Yeah, I
beginning.
feel like poly just recently surfaced, like just like everything else, you know, like everybody else that like, oh, I'm
As
not
a
queer,
trendy
I'm
word, it's been like 10
pansexual,
years,
and
yeah.
oh, I'm poly. Like I was a swinger and in open relationships long before that fucking term became a thing.
Yeah. We met in 95 and we're like, wouldn't it be better to just have sex with your friends and just have a circle of friends that you fuck? And this is before even people said friends with benefits. And we're like, that's kind of what I want. 22 years later, we have a house and
That's amazing though, because
That's
that
fucking
proves
awesome.
that proves that like
it works.
relationships
It works way
that works.
better.
A lot
than
of people feel
monogamous
like
couples.
it doesn't. You know what I
The
mean?
track
Like-
record is such, and people after people like, I could never do that. I could never do that. And like, you're insulting me to my face.
Well-
really, you're insulting yourself because you're saying you can't do something that I can.
What people need to wrap their brain around is what's wrong with if you care about somebody, them getting physical pleasure.
That wanting their happiness,
Right.
not to the exclusion of your own, but recognizing that your best happiness is them being happy.
Would you be jealous of them eating a delicious steak and being really happy about that?
And I love it when supposedly monogamous people say, "Don't you get jealous?" I'm like, "Oh, because monogamous people don't get jealous." Is that what you're telling me right
Yeah.
now?
That's true. That's actually very true.
What the
That's so true.
everlasting fuck? Monogamous people get way more jealous because we actually talk about our shit. Yes, I get jealous. She has other boyfriends. And when I meet them, there's always that moment that there's a caveman in my stomach that goes, that's my woman. And he comes out and he gets angry for a second, then he goes away. And then I'm just happy for her. She has somebody who does things that maybe I don't do. Like if she's dating, for example, another college professor, they can talk deep college philosophy and I can't because I don't know that shit. I can only be happy for her that she has more than one kind of friend that does more than one kind of good thing for her.
I mean, for me, it's always who do you come home to? That's my point of pride. It's like, as long as you're coming home to me, I'm not down with being backburnered.
I look at it as you could leave me at any time if I fuck up bad enough for you to leave me. That has nothing to do with who else you're fucking. It has to do with if I fuck up badly.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
100%.
For
you
sure.
could leave me if I become a dick, so I'm going to do my best not to do that. And I don't care who else you're seeing. How you feel about someone else will never change how you feel about me. How I feel about, I mentioned Cupcake Sinclair. I love her. She's an amazing, wonderful woman. I feel very deeply about her. That doesn't change how I feel about my sweetie. It doesn't.
No,
I'm more
not
than
at
one
all.
best friend, too. I love Italian food. I love Mexican food. No matter how much I love Italian food, will not change how I feel about Mexican food. Duh.
I'm hungry, by the way.
I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah, I wish.
Damn tequila.
I
I'm
need
really
meatballs.
hungry. I'm probably gonna go home and eat and then do my shit.
I need meatballs.
We should have ordered
and
something. But it's okay. I'm gonna eat when I go home. When I go.
I made an artisan pizza the other day. I make homemade pizza. It was
Nice.
badass.
That sounds amazing.
But it's all gone, so I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Yeah, that was kind of cruel.
Now I want pizza, and it's not there.
Yeah, I want pizza now too.
Oh, well.
Fuck.
So I think we're going to call last call so we can get food.
Oh my god, it's last call.
All right, I gotta drive, but I'm not gonna pass up last call.
Oh my god.
This
Well,
is me
it's last
opening
call.
the bottle.
For last call.
That was the bottle.
One last shot on
Picking
the road.
up Matt's glass.
Pouring tequila into Matt's
Pouring
glass.
tequila into it.
Mm-hmm.
Picking up Annie's glass.
Mm-hmm.
That's Annie's glass. And here's mine. Because I'm not going to miss this opportunity.
One more for the road. It's okay.
All right. Well, cheers, guys.
I can't thank you guys enough. This has been such a great time.
No, this was a great episode. Thank you so much
Really.
for,
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
All
joining
right,
us. Cheers.
I'm going to call Cupcake on my way home and tell her you got to come on the
Yeah,
show.
no,
Yeah,
totally.
please,
I would
please.
love to have her on the show.
Tell
for
them
sure.
about how you ate your leg that time.
Oh,
I really.
yeah,
that sounds way
100%.
too fascinating. We need to have her on the show.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, motherfucker!
Woo! Woo, woo, woo.
Oh, hell.
Well, it is last call, so where can we find you online?
Provillain.com, and please spell it correctly. I know that people don't care about that shit, but villain is not a word.
No, it's not.
A-I-N, you stupid bastard. I'm sorry
That's
we killed your education
annoying.
system. It's not Provillian, you shit. I'm Provillain on Twitter. I'm Provillain on FetLife. My website is Provillain. I try to be professional villain. I'm the bad guy that ties up the girl.
Real quick, before I or Cruz does our social media.
Yeah.
Do you have prop train tracks that you can tie girls to?
That's still a goal of mine, as to tie
I meant
a girl.
to ask.
That would be
literally
fucking
tie a girl to the
amazing,
train
actually.
tracks. Lorelei, not Lorelei Lee, but there's a Lorelei down here in LA who runs bedroombondage.com, who is one of my mentors and guiding light in my universe. She got tied to train tracks by her boyfriend, John, who runs AmericanDamsels.com.
Oh, yeah,
And I will
Ameri-
forever envy them for that. But I haven't done it yet. The day will come.
I mean, it shouldn't be that hard of a set piece to build.
No, they did it with real train tracks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right before they cleaned out the red line in the valley, there were still train tracks in the middle of a bunch of streets that didn't go anywhere, and they found a secluded set of train tracks, and she put on a fucking Penelope dress, and he had the cloak and the top hat and the fucking mustache.
That's
They
amazing.
filmed it in black and white
yes.
with a fucking piano in the background. I'm like, I will never be this cool.
That's amazing.
I will never be as cool
That's
as you guys.
fucking amazing.
Shit. I got Mika Tan baked me a birthday cake and put a train track and a Barbie tied to it on the cake.
Okay,
but that's
that's
as close
cute.
as I've ever
That's
gone.
fucking awesome.
That's cute. That's really cute.
So when that happens, I'll come back and tell you about it.
You have to.
All right.
Please tell me about it.
Pro Villain, ladies and gentlemen. Slayer, where can we find you?
You can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt Slayer on Snapchat, Matt F and Slayer on Facebook.
That effing Slayer.
I think that's all of them. Did I say Matt Slayer on Instagram?
Yes, you did.
Mas Tequila.
And you can find me at Annie fucking Cruz on Twitter, at Annie fucking Cruz on Snapchat, at Annie Cruz on Instagram, Miss Annie Cruz on Facebook, and of course AnnieCruz.com for business, AnnieFuckingCruz.com for pleasure. Of course, you can find us at And Now We Drink on Twitter, at And Now We Drink _ on Instagram, and of course AndNowWeDrink.com. And holy shit, I want food.
I'm so
Cruz wants
hungry.
food, but before that, please jump on iTunes, rate us 5 stars.
Give us some good reviews and we'll love you forever.
We love that shit. Helps bring us to the top of the fucking charts. Brings more drinking buddies into the show. Helps expand, people we get to drink with.
So give us some love and we'll give love back.
Thanks, you guys. This was fucking awesome.
Salut.